Hey guys, what is going on? It's Obadiah, and today we are back with another episode of Music or Hideout, the show where we listen to all the bass coming from upstairs, and where we sit around and hang out with local Nashville artists, and have some drinks and do what it is. So today I am here with co-host Ryan Poole, as always.
What's up?
And Gage Speas of To Speak of Wolves, and I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to Ryan for the intro.
Yeah. As far as anybody knows, this is our background music. Hey,
That's true.
we're a fun podcast. We got
this is like very college. College.
So, to my double left is Gage Speas of the Life Metal Band.
God, that's so lame. That's the dumbest thing I've ever said.
The hardcore death metal, straight edge.
What are you saying? No, I'm not drinking beer.
Sorry, Gage Speas of the Metal Band.
There you go. That's good.
To Speak of Wolves.
Yeah.
Why is that so hard for you to say?
Man, you guys have some radio voices.
Well, thank you.
You guys have radio voices.
To Speak of Wolves.
Yeah. There you go.
Gage is from Albuquerque, New Mexico. But
Yeah.
actually outside of it. What was your little town called?
Edgewood.
Your little town. Sounds so condescending.
No.
Tell me about your little
piece of shit town you grew up in.
No, it's a small little town called Edgewood. It's like 25 miles east of Albuquerque. And I think we got a Denny's a few years ago.
Wow, moving up.
Congrats.
Yeah. Well, dude, like when I was growing up there, it was a big deal when Walmart came to town. We were like, whoa, they got a Walmart now.
Were
like,
people petitioning against it?
No, because the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders were there. You go take a picture with them.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Good a PR move on their part.
I thought so, man.
Is there a New Mexico sports team?
Like in the whole
Like
within
professional?
the whole state?
Yeah. You got any professional teams over there?
I don't think so. I think we have like a minor league team called the Astros for baseball.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it was the Albuquerque Dukes, and then
Never even heard of
shut
that.
down. For
Never
a
heard
long
of it
time.
in one
If
time.
you know if you're from New Mexico, you know about the Dukes.
Gotcha.
If you were like born there in 1990,
You would know.
you would know.
So as always, we drink. What we drink is by the request of the guest.
Yeah.
What are we drinking tonight?
Okay, so I've already polished off a nice Left Hand Brewing Co. Milk Stout Nitro. I'm a stout guy, motor oil. And then I just got down with this guy, Wiseacre Brewing Co. Memphis, Tennessee. Got to get up to get down. Coffee Milk Stout. All with it's got coffee in it.
Does it?
It says all with coffee.
Well, that's nice.
That can't be good to mix like an upper with a downer, is it?
Yeah, I've had a beer before that's literally mixed coffee and beer. What was it? What's that company in San Diego that does it? You know that one.
Oh, Modern Times.
Modern Times.
That sounds rad.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this is like the equivalent, like the beer of like vodka Red Bull or something.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but
these
for
are-
like the new hipster,
yeah, like the hipster kids are like, dude, I gotta get up to get down.
gotta get up to get down.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
But I like it because it sounds like it'd be like an Alan Stone song.
Sure.
Shout out to Alan Stone if you watch this, dude.
He
I
does.
love you, and I'm gonna see you when you come in November.
Sweet.
He's in the chat every week.
I love
Gotta say what's up
Hanging
to
out
Liz.
at home with a
we got
bag of
Liz in the
chips.
chat. Liz is currently at a baseball game.
What's up,
Are
Liz?
you watching the sounds? That's the tier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
she's from here.
They can't be because these guys upstairs are about to leave to the sound.
Oh, that's right. The upstairs
they
people
need to
who are
hurry the
obnoxious
hell
and
up.
loud. We're waiting for them to leave to go to where you are. So when
It
they get
sounds
there,
like-
you tell them.
It sounds like they're turning the music up even louder at
Right?
this point.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh no, it's
yeah.
they're just playing with that dial.
Yeah,
Getting our
yeah,
hopes up.
yeah. Chad just walked in. He's like, "Oh, dude, it's
Definitely a Chad.
song.
Maybe
Turn
a
it up."
Tanner.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Tanner. Yeah, a Maverick. You know, dude, my sister dated some chump named Maverick.
Dude, that's
Can I tell you this story real
Absolutely.
quick? Okay, so I was home last year for like Thanksgiving, and Maverick walked into the house like with his gun, like strapped.
was it a 6-shooter?
No, he had like this, like, I don't know, like 9mm or something like that.
okay.
I don't know. Nice kid. He's actually like a stand-up comedian. I liked him. I don't know what happened. I liked him. But anyways, I liked him because his dad worked at my high school, which is even further east of Albuquerque. This high school called Moriarty High School. But home of the Fighting Pintos.
Obviously.
Pinto horse. It's a horse, not a bean.
It's a whore?
Horse. Don't forget that S.
You need that S.
S-E, actually. So anyways, he like walked in and like saw one of my dad's guns And he's like, oh man, you like guns? And my dad's like, yeah. And this kid's like, I got this one. And just like pulls it out. And my dad's like, oh yeah, let me see that. And like, he's like, all right, go put it back in your car.
Don't bring that in my house.
Yeah. And
you
then,
kidding me?
And then when the kid left, my dad's like, what kind of idiot brings a gun in my house? And I was like, well, maybe he has a carrying permit. I don't know.
Maybe.
Oh my gosh, Liz is at the Sounds game.
Yeah, she's
Oh my
literally
God.
where these guys are headed right
Yeah.
now.
The
Liz, you're
frat's
about
on
to
their
have
way.
some friends.
If you see a bunch of frat assholes being loud and
Yeah, you
obnoxious,
see a Chad and a Tanner.
Yeah. just yell out into the crowd. Hey, you got Chad, Tanner? They'll probably be
Yeah.
like, yeah, bro. Just like that.
well, they got a Jack and a Bennett. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Jack and a Bennett.
Bennett.
Okay.
Bennett.
Yeah.
I bet that guy's such an asshole.
Do you think he wears khaki? Like, does he live off dad's money?
Oh yeah, he probably wears cargo shorts.
Oh yeah.
But how much student debt does he have?
Oh, he goes to Vanderbilt.
Which
So
he doesn't
needs
have
to-
any his parents do.
He needs to call Dave Ramsey.
a lot. So I process financial aid for Belmont. So I know how much student debt everyone's got.
Oh, man,
and let me tell you, it's all of it. All the money.
All the money.
All the money filters through.
I didn't go to school. I didn't go to college.
It's a good choice. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
oh my
It's so stupid.
I went to the School of Rock and Roll. Very, very,
School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah, that's funny.
So, how'd you get into the school of rock and roll? What was your starting point?
Dude, that's a great question. So
That was like a rough segue.
That was a great segue.
dude, I'm like itching my ear right now. I have this like terrible itch. I'm sorry. Okay, anyways.
It's allowed. We'll allow it.
So, I like grew up in like a very like conservative Christian like upbringing, you know? And so we went to this like very Pentecostal Christian church, and I was only allowed to listen to like Christian music, right? Which is great. There's like some great, you know, Christian bands, whatever.
Like who?
Why do you do that?
We got Sam.
There's a few.
Says,
Hi,
hey,
Sam.
it's Sam. I'm
Hey,
assuming that
Sam,
means you
is
know
that
him.
Sammy Maddox
everyone,
from
Sam,
Instagram?
Sam from Memphis Mayfire.
Oh, it's Sam from Memphis
Oh,
Mayfire.
wow.
Dude.
Sam from Memphis Mayfire.
You should get him on here because his band is way bigger than my band. But he's just a hired guitar
That's
player.
all we do is
so,
just try to find bigger
Yeah, we
bands.
start.
Yeah.
We just. We're obviously gonna hit up all your contacts immediately
Yeah,
after.
for sure. So it's funny. So like,
He said this on his way.
Come on down, man.
so like, there's this girl who went to my church, and she dated this guy named JD, right? JD Harding, and he had like long hair and was in this band called Wasted Duration, and I like was like, oh my god, that dude has long hair. He looks so cool, and like gravitated towards this dude. And he's like, we just got to talking and stuff, whatever. And so anyways, he was in this band, and I went and saw his band play in Moriarty, all right, at like the convention center, like this very small, like when I say convention center, I mean like a very, very small place.
like size of the studio.
Maybe like, yeah, like all together the walls knocked out, you know? Like, I don't know, his band played to be like 200, 300 kids there in Moriarty or something like that. And so he and I just became really good buds, and he was like in college, and I was actually still in middle school at the time, or like, boy, he was in high school. So he's always a little bit older than me. God, this music is so
I
freaking loud.
know.
It's unreal.
It's getting louder every song. They turn
It's
it up more. I swear
unreal.
to God.
They turned it so down.
Yeah, it was good.
When
for
I
me.
know,
there.
what the heck, text those fools. So anyways, he introduced me to like all these hardcore bands like Norma Jean, like Under Oath, Blindside, Refuse, Snapcase, and I'd never heard music like this before, just screaming and super passionate and crazy heavy guitars.
The only one of those I
and-
recognizes Under Oath.
What's
I
that?
said the only one of those I recognize is Under Oath.
There you go, yeah.
San Diego.
So like, he got me in that, and then he was in a band called the Eden Catastrophe, and then like, did you just text him? Because
Yeah.
the music just
It
turned
just
down.
immediately-
Immediately turned down. There you go, dude. Good on Ryan. Everyone, cheers to Ryan.
Cheers to Ryan.
Good job to Ryan. Ryan's powers. So yeah, man. So he like started taking me like all these shows in Albuquerque. My parents every weekend would drop me off, give me $40 on a Friday, and be like, all right. So I had $20 for a T-shirt and $20 for food.
Nice.
And then like JD and I would just go to shows every Friday, all these local band shows, and you know, I saw like Between the Buried and Me, and Between the Buried and Me played like in front of like 50 people, and now they're massive.
Oh.
You know.
Nice.
So, yeah, so I just kind of started off there, and then a buddy of mine, of me and Sam, I met Sam when we were 13, the dude who we just talked about, and he and I became best friends at 13. Like immediately, we met at the bike jumps down the road. Like we
Met at the bike jumps.
Yeah, like the BMX jumps, and we would ride our bikes and jump our bikes, and excuse me, beer burp, and yeah, we just like hit it off, and I was like, he was like, I play guitar. I go, dude, I'm a lead singer.
Not just a singer.
Yeah,
I'm a lead singer.
Yeah, some stupid crap like that. And so
He's like, perfect. I've been needing a lead singer.
we've been needing this. And like he listened to like he was in like a Atreyu and like Trivium and like all these other like metal bands.
I saw Atreyu.
Dude, Atreyu's sick, dude. Dude, Sam. Okay, I'll say this now, Sam. This is for you, dude. I think it's in November. Sam, please comment if I'm wrong. But Memphis Mayfire is going out with Atreyu.
Nice.
It's a sick tour. Go check it out. There's your plug, Sam. No, I hate you. Go away. Anyways, so Sam and I, we're like, oh, I like this band. Oh, I like this band. And so we were like, dude, we should start a band together. Got a couple of the kids from high school, started this band, and it was like my grandmother's maiden name. It's called DeRoche. Just like, it was the worst band ever.
DeRoche?
Does that mean something?
DeRoche. No, it's my grandma's maiden name.
Sounds cool.
It sounds like it sounds cool.
It's a cool word.
Yeah.
Stick some letters together.
Yeah. And so like we started this band or whatever. And then I don't know how far back you want me to go back, but I'm just going back that far. Okay, great. So
DeRoche.
Yeah, DeRoche. It's where it all started. We had like T-shirts with like a woolly mammoth on it. It was like super sick.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a couple T-shirts. It was cool.
Was it before Ice Age came out, or?
It was way before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, because after that, it's not
Ice Age
cool
is a
anymore.
little-
Yeah. So we would like play
They kind of
shows.
ruined the mammoth for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Like cuddly and cute, but so we became best buds, started this band, played around town, and then Sam moved to St. Louis when he was like a senior in high school to play for a band called Awaiting This Desire. Then he jumped to a band called In the Midst of Lions. And then it wasn't too long after that I too dropped out of high school my senior year with like 4 months to go to graduate.
Oh,
Dang.
Yeah, I was just like, I hate high school. I can't stand it. I'm out of here. Dropped out. I flew out. I tried out for this band in Kentucky called Oh the Blood. And like never recorded with them or anything. Like I just like went on this one tour for like 3 months with this other terrible band called I Am Alpha and Omega. And I don't care if they listen to this. The band was terrible. Anyways, 2 terrible bands touring together. And like after we got home from that tour back to Kentucky, I was like living in this like closet in the apartment complex of like the bass player and the keyboard player. I lived in their apartment complex, in their apartment in this closet. And after the tour, our guitar player who owned the van and everything was like, "Hey dude, I'm quitting." And so he quit, and I was like, "Oh my god, I just dropped out of high school and moved out here for this, like for this band. Like, what's happened? What did I do? I'm an idiot."
Oh.
And then but then the band broke up, obviously.
just dissolved.
Yeah, I moved back to New Mexico, and Oh Sleeper, another like awesome. They're like my favorite band. They were coming through Albuquerque, and I know them a little bit. And Micah Kennard, the lead singer, they're playing in town, and he and I got to talking in this like church gym. For some reason, we were both in this gym. I probably like just cornered him and started talking to him while he's like trying to work out or something. But I just told him like my story, and like my mom had just left. Like my parents got divorced, and my mom just like walked out and left all this stuff. And I told Micah, like, gave him this huge sob story, and he was just like, "God, that sucks," or whatever. I don't know. But then like a month later, he called me. Was like, "Hey man, we need a merch guy." And I was like, "Oh my god!"
Like, I'm down.
And so I remember being like in my apartment, and he called me. He's like, "Hey dude, we need a merch guy. We're going out with the Chariot and like Let Live and Plea for Purging, some other bands, you know." And he goes, "Do you want to come do merch?" And I was like, "When is it?" He's like, "I'll never forget it. October. It was October of 2011.
What day though?
I think
You'll
it started.
never
I
forget
think
it.
You
it
said
started.
Tuesday.
Did I? No, I said.
No, he said October.
October
2011.
2011. I don't know what day it was.
Wow,
I saw the tour
apparently
limit.
wasn't that special to you.
Yeah,
already.
shut the hell
God.
up. I have a tour limit, so I can look it up.
Nah, Tuesday,
But,
October 2011.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
the Tuesday of that month.
It's a Tuesday. He called me on Tuesday. Flew out on a Friday. But I remember he called me and he was like, "Hey dude, can you do this tour with us? Like, come do merch." And I was just like, "Yeah, dude. I think I could do that. Like, cause I wanted to sound
You
cool.
wanna be a cool guy.
Yeah. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm pretty sure I could just like swing that. It's no big deal.
You know, if it's important to you.
Yeah, if I'm open,
I'll
you know?
move some things around.
My calendar's open. But I remember hanging up the phone and like Tom Cruise style, just like jumping on my couch. Like, I'm going out to the sleeper. And they're still my favorite band today. And so I worked for those dudes for like 3 or 4 years. And then To Speak of Wolves, they kicked out their this music, dude.
You can't get past it even. It's just in your head.
I know.
He said he turned it down, and then he said it will be fully off in 10 to 15. That was about 5 minutes ago. I said, thanks, man. He said, sorry about this. That was nice.
You know,
said,
he could
"That's
solve
okay,
the
man.
problem right now by shutting
Sure, I'm
going
going to be loud sometimes too. We'll just do our best to make it work. And then he liked that comment, which is a function of text, modern text, that I
hate
still
that.
am not a part of.
Yeah.
Like liking people's. Sometimes I send people stuff and they're like, they loved it. And I'm like, that's a bit strong.
that's like saying like I'm
Why don't you
busy.
just respond?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's too busy dancing and drinking beer with Chad.
Chad could drink a whole beer through his asshole,
Sam wants-
guys.
Butt chugging that beer.
Sam wants me to ask about the first show y'all ever played together.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll tell that story, then I'll jump back
Okay.
into the grand scheme of stories. So,
Wait, he says, back up. DeRoche first show is great.
okay. So our buddies were in this other band in Albuquerque, and they were rad. His name was, what was that dude's name? Rob and Isaac. They were in this other band, and they were like, "Hey, we got the show in Albuquerque," and we were like, "Oh my God, this is it. This is our big break. We're playing in
Albuquerque's
Albuquerque."
like the big city.
It is.
Right.
It was literally the big city to us. You know, we're like, "Oh my God!" Like,
Are there any other big cities in New Mexico?
I don't know, maybe Santa Fe, but that's like the most famous or whatever. But anyways, so we had no idea what to expect, and so we get to the venue, and it's a homeless shelter.
No.
And it was like around Christmas time, and they were expecting us to play like Christmas songs, and we just get on the stage. We're like, "What's up? We're DeRoche," and then just like start screaming. Yeah, just like balls to the wall screaming, like going insane.
Did they dig it though?
Dude, yeah. I mean, like people were like, "That was great, man." I'm like, "Thanks." Like, you got a
Like
buck?
old
I was
people?
like, "No." Yeah, I'm like homeless, just like bums.
That's
like,
great.
homeless
Do you have a
people.
buck?
Yeah, that was
buck,
good.
yeah.
I'm like, "No, I'm playing here."
So do they buy a lot
Fuck
of
you and
merch?
your band.
or-
You suck.
Yeah, clearly I'm not getting paid for the show.
I can't even understand the lyrics.
I know. Yeah, that was like, you
That
gotta
was the
start
same
somewhere.
voice you use when you imitate your dad.
Is it? He could be a character I start doing on the show. We
Yeah,
gotta
there you
get
go.
character. We don't have a character.
You gotta get your dad on the show,
Characters?
dude.
He was in town.
When we
He lives in
recorded
San
the show,
Diego.
yeah, he lives in San Diego.
But he was in town for a minute. We could have had him on the show.
You should have.
Would have been a terrible idea.
You should have. Oh well.
Hey, he's so awkward. He'd be like on this mic and just like, so, I just talking to this? What do you guys do? Ryan, this is neat. It's really neat that you guys do this. I'm proud of you. Proud of you got the studio is great. What?
And I just
so
sit
are
here
we-
in silence because he's
So
like,
Can
people
they
can
see
see
us?
us. They look at us through that.
"Oh, look, that's
Hey!
me."
Yeah.
They can. Who's looking? Are you recording? And he would say something like this: "Are you recording this for TV?" Like, no doubt we're live streaming it, and then you'd explain. Live streaming means it goes through here,
Yeah.
over the internet, through the internet, and
Through the
people are able to
webs.
watch it. And he
Yeah.
was like, "Okay, so it's like it goes to their TV. They can watch it on TV later."
You just say, "Yeah, Dad, it's
Yeah,
on TV."
yeah, it's on-
Yeah.
And the
Okay,
whole
well,
time
this
I was
is
just
great.
sitting here in silence because he's my
silence.
father-in-law and it's weird.
Oh wait, y'all are related?
Yeah, we're brother-in-law.
Yeah, I married his sister.
Oh, he's banging your sister.
That is correct.
That's
I
amazing.
doubt it.
That's amazing. That's so cool.
I'm in the room next door. I would know.
Yeah. Oh well. Okay.
Oh yeah, we live together too. I guess that's not
alright.
always.
Well, yeah, we didn't give you any like warning about us or what's going on at all.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
I like that. I've got to pee.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they're from San Diego as well.
Okay.
And we all decided to move back out here. When I moved back out in January,
Yeah.
we all moved together and got a place,
That's awesome.
over in Hillsborough Village, just like the world's cheapest rent. It's amazing.
It's amazing,
Is it Hillsborough Village? Is cheap.
dude.
It's not cheap. Hillsborough Village is expensive.
That's what it sounds like.
But I have
We
the
have a
right.
deal.
We have
Oh.
a deal because my landlord is this 80-year-old woman
Gladys.
who's never.
Yes.
That's the one. And she's never upped her rent in all the years, so she's got the most affordable rent of anywhere.
when are you guys moving out?
Never, never,
I give you a
ever.
number. I've gotten other people in. She's got 2 apartment buildings.
Yeah, another
guy
guy we
moved
know
here.
from San Diego also lives in the same complex because
Yeah,
Randy gave him the
we're taking
contact.
it over.
All you San Diegans.
Yeah,
That's right.
So, anyway, and then just to finish my dad's story, he'd sit there about the TV thing, and they'd be like, "This is really neat. This is great, you guys. You're working with your brother-in-law. You know, how's your sister? Tell your sister." And we're on a show right now, and he'd be like, "Oh, well, tell your sister I'm proud of her." And then he would leave.
He started ranting about how much he hates Obama for about 40 minutes.
One of those.
And then leave.
Oh God, that's good.
But anyways,
Oh, okay.
we're out.
Oh yeah, you were in a band or something.
Oh yeah,
So
okay,
you played
yeah.
for some homeless people.
Oh yeah, okay,
They
that
loved
was,
it.
That was the first show.
Massive in
that
the
was,
homeless
yeah, that was
community.
our first show. Was playing for the homeless people. But so fast forward a few years. Went out with those Sleeper, worked for them. I was probably a terrible merch guy, but they were awesome about it. And so
I mean, did you take people's money and give them clothes in return?
yeah,
You
but
did
like
fine.
I would also do like terrible things. Like when Micah was getting married, I put a tip box out and I made this sign like, "Hey, give money to Micah's wedding," and then like I didn't give him any of the money because.
But did you like steal or murder anyone in the band?
No.
You're fine.
No, I probably stole a lot of those Sleeper shirts. So like,
Well,
I have
you know.
a lot of those Sleeper shirts.
That's how they pay you.
But hey, whatever. So then it came up that to Speak of Wolves, my band needed a frontman, and Lucas and Shane, all the dudes from Sleeper, they all knew the dudes in To Speak of Wolves from Phil, our drummer's old band called Sullivan, and so they were like, hey, we got this merch guy. And we need to like unload him onto you. Like we need to get rid of him. Like
Wow.
But I had sent them like some videos, and, like some lyrics, some videos of me doing guest vocals with. I did guest vocals I did guest vocals
Words are hard.
with O Sleeper every night, and
cool.
yeah, it was like super rad that they let me do that. You know, so like I had a bunch of content to shoot over to them. Like, hey, here you go. This is me singing. This is what I sound like. All this stuff, and then God, this bass is just like, captivating. So I was back in New Mexico, and then I told my dad, I was like, hey, I'm gonna try out for this band. Can you buy me a plane ticket to North Carolina? And he was like, yeah, all right. And I was
It's like, are they going on the TV?
yeah, yeah. And so like this is like the second time my dad had done this, and you know, he'd bought me one to Kentucky, and that didn't work out.
Try out.
Now I'm like going to North Carolina to try out for this band, and so I was like, "Hey, just buy me a one-way ticket." Like, there you go.
That'll work. It's not perfect, but it's fine.
It's
gotta
fine.
make it
It'll work.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
realized when you moved your chair, you're like push yourself a little
Oh,
off the
sorry.
screen. No, you're fine. We just adjusted it. We're good.
All right, there we go. So then I told my dad, I was like, "Just get me a one-way ticket to North Carolina. I'm gonna make it."
One way.
I'm like, I'm gonna
Ballsy.
make it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was that because that's how much as he would pay for, though? Is that the real reason?
No, he could. No,
Dude, that's
he's
got to be on your bio. It's like, my dad bought me a one-way ticket to North Carolina because I was going to be in that band.
He said, if you
Yeah.
didn't make it, don't come home.
Yeah, dude, for real. Now my dad had been like, all right, just let me know if you didn't make it. I'll fly home. So I
Gage is going to be on the TV.
he's definitely not that enthusiastic about it. Like he was just like, all right, cool. Like I had this it was awesome. I had this like really awesome moment with my dad where I was like, hey, I want to try out for this band. Can you help me out with some money and just buy me a one-way ticket? And he was just like, all right, cool. Like, I'll do it. And it was like this huge moment in my career, you know, being like, all right, this is a huge milestone for me. And so I got a one-way ticket. I went out and practiced for a couple days. And they tell me now, but I didn't know then. So I had practiced with them for a couple days. I went in this like 3-month long tour. And after the 3-month tour, because we did like back-to-back tours.
Right.
And so after this tour, I was flying back home. And our tour manager and Phil, our drummer, was like, hey, man, you know you're in the band, right? And they hadn't said anything to me. Like, I played my first show
Like, you
with
thought
this band.
you were like still like trying out
Yeah,
this whole
dude,
time?
like I had something to prove. Like, so I had, we played our first show in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I bombed. Like, I bombed so bad. And I called Lucas from O Sleeper crying. Like,
Wow.
I'm 20. Like, I'm a 20-year-old dude. 20, 21.
You're all tatted up at the time already?
Yeah, I had a few tattoos.
Few?
I didn't have a neck tattoo,
Okay.
man. But and my hand tattoo was like way shittier back then.
I just want to imagine you just 20 years old, just
yeah,
crying because you did
Dude.
bad at the metal show.
yeah. Like I called Lucas, and I was like, dude, I bombed, bro. I did so terrible. Like I'm not gonna make it. Like I'm gonna have to go home. Like I did terrible, and I was like full on like weeping, like because I just like have my dad buy me this ticket. Like I
Yeah.
have nothing to go
One
home
way.
to. Like I have nothing. If this band doesn't work out, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know,
You're
Oh,
working some office job the rest of your life.
Oh, Sleeper had gotten a new merch guy, so I couldn't go back to that. I was like, oh my God, I'm dead. I'm doomed, you know? And then like Lucas was like, dude, you need to grow some balls. You need to grow some balls. You need to walk back in there and sign a bunch of autographs and go to the merch table and talk to people. And I was like, okay.
Just assert yourself
Dude,
right
like,
into it.
He was just like, I think he saw like, hey, dude, you're going to be a great front man. You just need to freaking just do it. You know, like everyone has a bad show. Everybody has a bad show. And I was like, all right, cool. And then, dude, like ever since then, I just kind of walked back in there and I was like, all right. And one thing Lucas was like, that is your band now. Like, you're in that band. Like, you're the lead singer. You're the new face of that band. Like, that's your band. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's going to be hard
Cool.
coming in because you didn't start it.
Yeah.
Like stepping in to be the guy
Yeah.
of somebody else's project
yeah, for sure. But I mean, like,
and
dude,
making it your project.
yeah, and it was awesome. Like the dudes were so rad. Like we went to record. Shut the hell up!
This is the longest 10 to 15 minutes of my life.
I know, dude.
I know,
God.
man.
So, like, but when we went to record our first record, it's called "Find Your Worth, Come Home." The dudes gave me free reign, like lyrically. Like they're like, all right,
Wow.
man, like go in there, do what you want. Like, you know, we'd done some demos and stuff, and then so they had like heard me how I sound like singing and screaming and stuff, and we went and recorded our first record with Matt McClellan at Glow in the Dark. Do you know who Matt McClellan is?
Is he? What bands does he do? Is he a producer, studio owner?
Yeah, he worked at Glow in the Dark with Matt Goldman in Atlanta, Georgia
Oh,
for a
I know
while.
who Matt Goldman is.
Yeah, so
Sam says they can't actually hear the music, which
Oh,
is really surprising.
good.
So that's awesome.
That's
McClellan's rad, dude. So we did our first record with him, and then when I went in there to record, I kicked.
you just sound crazy now to all of them.
Yeah.
Like, shut the Like the voices are
These
back.
children,
When I-
Chad Tanner.
when I yelled, it was at the frat boys upstairs. Yeah, like whenever I record vocals, still to this day, I just kick everybody out of the room, and it's just me and the producer. Unless I have like some trouble, I'd like call Andrew, our guitar player, and be like, hey, what's this? What is this? Like, when do I start singing? Like, when can I stop singing? He's like, you're gonna go from here, and then stop right there. I'm like, okay, good, because I still don't know how to count like in music, so I really don't. I'm kind of all by ear.
Do you sing in the band as well, or just scream?
Yeah, I do all the vocals, and then like, well, I do all the vocals on the record, right? And then Seth, our bass player, does like he has this like high pitched scream, and he sounds like a demon, and it sounds like really really good. So what I like to do is I like to I'll do like one mid scream, and then like one really like low, and then I'll have Seth come in and do like a really high pitched scream, and so he does that a lot on a couple songs that we did. But like recording, I do all the vocals. Recording.
Which actually we should, because we haven't done this yet. Well, first of all, Liz, I know you're at the baseball game, but if you're able to, if not, hit up floppy for me. Have them post a link to the website in the chat for me.
You know what we need
I
to do?
I send all the links ahead of time.
We need to play.
And we need to play.
Song.
Yeah, we need to play a
Is that where
song,
you were
so
going?
people can actually hear
Yeah.
what the hell we're talking about.
What song are we doing first?
Well, the one I have up already, the video is the video.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So yeah.
Haunt Me.
Oh wait, are we doing Haunt Me first?
Or do you want to do the other one first?
Yeah, do Haunt Me.
Okay, that's perfect. It's the one I have up.
Yeah, sick. So Haunt Me.
Did you download both?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I? So a little bit of.
Yeah. Tell us what it is.
Okay.
The whole deal. Give us the rundown.
Okay. So I'll do this. So how I wrote. So this is off our newest record called Dead in the Shadow, and how I wrote all the lyrics for this record was I locked myself away
Thanks,
in
Liz.
this room, at Matt McClellan's house, and he had like a blackout curtain and a soft lamp, and so I just had that. I'd lock myself in this room. I'd wake up every morning, go outside, have a cup of coffee, smoke a cigarette, walk back inside. I'd read this like proverb, this psalm in the Bible that like ended in like complete it's like a psalm of like lament or something, you know, it just like ends in like, there's no like, God came down and then stretched his hand and I was good again. It was just like, darkness is my only friend. And that's how the fucking thing ends. It's like, darkness is my only friend. I was
Which
like,
is the right attitude for writing a metal song, I would take it.
I mean, yeah, you could write happy metal songs,
Sure.
but I just don't, you know, I'm more of like,
It's not your jam.
no, it's not. I like writing like sad songs, you know, so
Okay.
I just write about my life. I only write about what I know. And I have a very good life, but write about what I know, whatever. So I would read that psalm, and then I'd look at the picture of the falling man, the dude who's like falling out of one of the Twin Towers.
Oh my God.
I'd like stare at that for a while, and then I'd read like people's suicide notes. They'd like
Holy
online.
shit.
Yeah.
Just making yourself feel real bad.
Yeah, and like I brought like old journals and stuff, and like
Bro, this sounds like you were studying to be Heath Ledger's The Joker.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Nowadays,
guess
all
so,
you'd
I
have to
don't
do is
know.
just turn on the news.
Yeah.
So you do the same thing.
There you go. That works. So I did all that, and then like I would write. I'd listen to like all our rough tracks. I'd write lyrics to it, and if it didn't make me cry by the time I was done, I would tear it up, throw it away, go outside, smoke a cigarette, come back, and like write. And then like I had to be like crying my eyes out by the end
Dude.
of like me writing the song.
What a process. Dude.
Yeah, but
That's gnarly.
At the end of the day, I'd read like "Love Does" by Bob Goff. Like, all right, I'm good. You
Bring
know?
yourself back.
Yeah, it's like because you don't want to stay in like that mental state, you know. So, "Haunt Me" is about like I was married at the time when I was writing this record, and it was about like my marriage coming to a close. So that's what a lot of the lyrics. If you keep that in mind, you know, like that's what it's about. So yeah,
So this is a lyric video.
lyric
Later
video.
on, we're gonna show the full-on music video you guys did.
Oh, sick.
But this is the lyric video. Kind of starts you guys off, you know, easy into it.
Yeah.
Easy into it.
Ease into it. Put your seatbelts on.
So make sure you go and look at the pictures of people jumping out of Twin Towers
Yeah.
before you
Yeah.
watch this. Read some
Because if you
suicide
don't feel
notes.
bad, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. If you don't feel bad, you're about to. Sorry.
All right, guys. So here is "Haunt Me." All right, that was To Speak of Wolves, Haunt Me.
Haunt me.
I was like, was it haunt me or haunt us? Like, oh God, I don't know. Is it one or plural? Who knows?
Haunt me. Yep.
Well, thanks. Thanks for letting us know, Sam, that it wasn't showing. That was my bad. Oh, thanks for the clip, Kevin. I have a feeling it's about you describing your process because it says how to write a great hit. I think the rest is cut off.
Oh, I like that.
Close clip, super cool.
There you go. Yeah, just get super depressed and write songs. That's how you do it.
That's how you do it. That's the way. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
So you were telling us a little bit off when we were sitting here, and we're like, "No, wait, tell us about that whole thing when we get back on the show."
Yeah.
About so you're with the label. What's it called?
Solid State Records.
So I'll say how long and you how long you been? How that happened? How long you been? What's the deal?
Yeah. So we let me think. And I grew up my entire life listening to like Solid State bands, right? It's like the only
Okay.
I only wanted to sign to like Solid State Records, whatever.
That was already what you wanted.
Yeah, it was
That's
like,
awesome.
'cause, like O Sleeper was on it. Like, it's just who I grew up listening to, you know. So, anyways,
Under Oath on Solid State for
They-
the changing of times.
yes, they were on for the Changing Times.
And Haste the Day, Solid State.
Yeah, shout
you
out
know
Stephen
Stephen
Keach. I love Stephen Keach.
We're friends!
Oh my god.
He's played guitar for me on a bunch of records.
I love Steven, man. He's great. I toured with Steven when he was in Haste Today with O Sleeper. So,
Do you know As Cities Burn?
yes, TJ bought headphones for my daughter off her baby registry.
Oh, really?
And it's like for Chloe for her first As Cities Burn show, and I was like, God, I love you. Him and
That's
Amelia.
awesome.
Shout out TJ and Amelia. Love
Do
you
you
guys.
know Aaron?
Yes.
the drummer?
Dude, yeah, okay, so
So Aaron married my ex-girlfriend.
oh, really? Oh, okay.
We've
I was
never
thinking
really-
Aaron, I was thinking Cody, but yes, I know Aaron.
Aaron the drummer, yeah.
yeah,
So
he's awesome.
he married my ex-girlfriend, but like years after we were dating, there's no hard feelings. We only dated for like 2
she
months.
married a freaking badass.
So when I moved to Nashville, we
makes
all
it better.
started hanging out, and I've never really. He must know that we used to date a long time ago, but like that was never brought up. I was just
Yeah.
brought up as like a friend of his wife. So
yeah.
I just don't know.
That's
I've never
super
talked
weird.
to him. I don't know if he knows that.
You should text
I don't
him
know.
right now.
But
Do you know I used to date your wife?
Dude,
Never forget.
As Cities Burn is so good. And so cool thing about As Cities Burn. So what's funny? So like about As Cities Burn, TJ, their singer, I like and all the dudes. I grew up with like posters of those dudes like on my wall, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very weird because now like I have this huge man crush on TJ, and
Sure.
we went to his like girlfriend's birthday party because his girlfriend and my girlfriend are, like really good friends.
Our girlfriends.
They're girlfriends. Our girlfriends are girlfriends. And yeah, so he's just like this rad dude. But I'm like, man, it's so cool that I grew up like listening to this dude's band, and now we're like buddies, you know?
Yeah.
But
I feel like
yeah,
that's like every person's like kind of dream.
dude, I've been like, man, honestly, I've been very fortunate like with my life. I've had a very good life. I've been through some shit. Everyone has, right? Like, I've been through some shitty stuff. But it's like I look back, you know, on my music career that, you know, which is still ongoing or whatever, but it's like, man, even if it like all ended today, like,
Yeah.
it was just done. It's like, man, I've had like my only goals in music were get in a magazine, have a music video, and go to Best Buy and pick up my own record.
Right, which I saw that you said that was one of your best
Dude.
your best deals that's happened to you.
Like, it was like so awesome. And I have Solid State to thank for that, right? Which is rad. So going back to that, our drummer Phil, he and his brother Spencer were in a band called This Runs Through. And then Spencer went and joined Under Oath. And then Phil joined Sullivan.
Spencer Chamberlain.
It sounds like
So-
can I just ask you a question?
Yeah.
Because I'm not super knowledgeable
Okay.
about this scene.
Yeah.
It sounds a lot like a lot of people trading bands. Like it's not like a band starts and mainly stays with those same people. Like I feel like that's what I'm used to.
I mean, if you're U2, then yeah. But think about this. Dave Grohl was the fourth drummer of Nirvana.
Really?
Yeah.
Fourth?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know he was the fourth.
Dude, what? You gotta need to read up, man.
And I love me some Dave Grohl.
I love Dave Grohl, bro.
Yeah, he's like of all celebrities, he's like in my top 5. Like, dude, I just want to hang out with that guy.
Dude, oh man, me too. But so anyways,
This is the 4th. They weren't in a band that long.
they're in band for a while.
Well, I mean, but you know,
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But so anyways, so Phil went and joined. Phil joined or started whatever Sullivan. He was in Sullivan. Sullivan was on Tooth and Nail, right? When Sullivan broke up, he started to speak Wolves, and so he called the dude. So Solid State and Tooth and Nail are the same record label, right? Like
Okay.
one's more poppy, the other one's just heavy. So he called Solid State. He's like, "Hey, I got this new band," and they're like, "Sick, let's sign it up." You know what I mean? So they like signed to speak Wolves, and they had this other singer named Rick, and then they kicked Rick out of the band, and they found me, and then we just started tearing shit up.
yeah. So how long has it been since you joined?
Dude, I joined that band 8 years ago. About 8 years ago.
It's a long time.
Dude, yeah. We've been through like so much together. Like we put a new record out, toured, took a hiatus for a little while, came back, put an EP out on Cardigan Records, who's this awesome indie label in North Carolina. Like Shane, if you ever listen to this, I love you, dude. You're amazing. So Shane has this awesome label out in North Carolina called Cardigan Records, and he was like, "Hey, I'd love to put an EP out for you dudes. Like that'd be awesome." And we're like, "Let's do it." And that's when Andrew, who's in our band now, Andrew joined, and so we put an EP out. It's called New Bones, and then like a year after, like we were just touring like nonstop, and then we Solid State hit us up. We're like, "Hey, you guys like done with your hiatus stuff?" And we're like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Well, you guys want to put a full length out?" And
You're
we're
like,
like,
"Hell yeah."
"Yeah, for sure." And then that's where Dead in the Shadow came.
Did you know Destroy the Runner?
Dude, yes. Chad, the lead singer of Destroy the Runner, is like one of my favorite. They have a record called I Lucifer,
Oh,
and
okay.
it is like one of my all-time favorite records.
So did you know? So I know their singer from before, Kyle Setter.
Kyle, I've never met him before, but I know he does like country music now or something.
Yeah, he was doing. I don't know if he's still doing it or not, but anyway, I grew up. I went to high school group with him.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Dude,
And
that's
he was
crazy.
he was in my small
I
group.
was like, that name is super familiar when you said that. I was
Yeah,
like,
he
do I
went
know
to
that
Steel
guy?
Canyon High School with me.
Dude, yeah, because like they had like Dwayne and all those dudes were in Destroy the Runner. And when I was the sleeper, we used to stay at the Destroy the Runner's house. Like their like it was like them and like the As Lay Dying dudes were all like hanging out together. And I was like young and stupid, so I'd just get like wasted and like fall asleep on their front yard.
Sure,
You
as
know.
you do.
As you do when you're like 19 and have too much
He means
money.
21, obviously. When he was 21.
When I was 21.
There's a
Hey, I'm gonna grab one more of these
Yeah,
Brewhaus real
dude. Yeah,
quick.
we've got
Some cerveza.
plenty.
Yeah, I'll be
There-
right back.
well, they're right there, aren't they?
There's one more.
No, there's not a can.
There's not
yeah.
a can. Just there's
Yeah,
one more. The
grab
left,
your
the
Diaz.
left coast nitro milk stouts.
Nitro milk, yeah.
Can you grab another one of these two-hearted while you're there?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Just grab all the beer.
all the beer.
Well, we have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, we have nothing. No, just sit here in silence and stare at the camera. And listen to the bass come
And
from
then
upstairs.
nod to the bass. So how do you feel the interview's going? He'll never listen back to this. He'll never know what you're saying.
He'll never know. God, fuck that guy. No, I'm just kidding. He's pretty cool. I like this guy. It was a good one. It was good. I like that we've been branching out a little bit too. A couple of different genres.
The what?
I guess we're not. I was say branching out different genres, but I was like, I guess we started that early on too because we had been McAnally.
Oh shit, he's back in.
Okay, don't stop talking about him now.
Do you know Benjamin McAnally? He's a bass player in a band called, what were they called?
There you go.
Thanks. Called oh god, Lines in the Sky.
Lines in the Sky.
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her. All right. They're like a prog rock band.
Oh, hey guys, we didn't cheers, man. What's up with that? Hey,
You gotta do that.
cheers, boys.
Cheers.
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 Yeah, hell yeah. Hell right, baby.
Liz
There
says,
is
tell the guys
another-
they're missing the game.
God,
What's
I
that?
know.
Liz.
Yeah,
Tell
Liz.
the guys they're missing
Liz,
the game.
Call Chad.
Just give him a ring a ding.
give him a quick ring, man.
Dude, there was another friend of mine from high school group that
Okay.
also ended up on Solid State.
Called what band?
I don't know why I would know so many people from Solid State.
I love
Yeah,
it.
look, I didn't know you knew that about all of it.
But he, his name's, Sever Your Ties. So this is
All right,
going
Sam.
back.
I never heard of her.
metalcore / post-hardcore.
There's so many subgenres. It's stupid.
They were probably like 2009 on Solid State.
I don't know, man. I don't.
And then I played with some Solid State bands. I played with Showbread. I played with Living Sacrifice.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Bruce from Living Sacrifice. He lives out here in town.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He owns a screen printing company. That dude's like the godfather of like metal. I don't know how. So my band, actually, the tour before I joined the band, they were out with Living Sacrifice, with Bruce and all those dudes. I don't know.
So when I played with Living Sacrifice, I was like 15.
Yeah.
In a pop punk band.
What was your pop punk band called? Like These City Lights or something?
No, but what's fun? I feel like I know 10 people in a band called These City Lights. Wait. Above. I knew some people in a band called like Above the City Lights.
Did you guys say the word tonight in your songs? And talking about burning the city down?
No, dude.
Oh,
we were abnormal. We were very cutting edge pop punk.
That's sick. I don't know. Pop punk could be cutting edge.
Oh, it totes can.
I hate pop punk, man.
Back
ya?
in, well, fuck you.
Yeah, I'm like, we love pop punk here, William.
Dude, I'm a William. I like that. But I'm like a music Nazi though, dude. Like I just listen to country music.
No, we were pop punk in 2002 when it's completely appropriate to be pop punk.
Yeah.
I'm talking the good old days, the Blink-182 days.
Days of old.
The days of
yore.
man. And so I was like 15 in a pop punk band, and we were in our early. I think we got pretty good.
Hang on,
but
someone's knocking on the door. Oh wait, that's just the bass.
Oh no, that's just also loud music.
Dude, text that guy again, but turn that shit down.
Yeah. Sam asked me to start calling you William nuts.
Thanks. Sam's a piece of shit.
And then he now followed up with it's his middle name and he hates it.
Well, he's a moron. William is my middle name.
That's what he said.
I'm sorry, William was
What?
my first name. I mean, these
Wait,
are I had.
so Gage is your middle name?
Gage is my middle name.
Or is it just a made up fucking name?
No.
Don't
Gage.
lie to me.
No, dude, I'm not. It's William Gage.
I used to play this video game and I played a character named Gage.
What game is that?
Borderlands 2.
Oh, dude, I love Borderlands.
Gage is like a 12-year-old girl in that game. Doesn't that bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me
Yeah,
at
it's-
all. I love Borderlands.
Dude, she's cool.
I don't own any gaming devices
Sure.
anymore, so
Yeah, it's like the best character. It's my favorite.
the point
It's
of
like
this,
a robot pet and shit. It was
the point of the
amazing.
story,
sick.
Yeah,
William,
shoot things in the face, you know.
is that I was a 15-year-old in a pop punk band, like not good yet, like trying to be pop punk. I don't know.
what did you play?
It sounds like drums.
Oh,
I'm a
sick.
drummer to this day. I'm good.
If only there were drums to test out. Oh, there's no.
What kind of studio is
But
this?
like literally, when you an interesting thing about your story is you kind of like just jumped into a band that already really had some momentum and something
Yeah.
going on, which is very cool.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to do that. I was in like kids getting together, starting a band, and freshman sophomore year, right?
Yeah.
And so the thing is, in that kind of a band, like our first little record and release and songs, none of them were quite a genre yet, because like we're trying to be pop punk,
you're
but didn't know how to
figuring-
do
yeah,
it
you're
yet.
figuring yourself out, man.
So it was just like,
But dude, that's the
you were a
beauty.
kid.
That's the beauty of being a kid in a band. Like you just go and make noise.
Yeah.
Like I think of me and Sam and I's first band. It sounded so bad. Like it was the worst band ever. But
But
like,
you think you're awesome.
but dude, you
and you
like,
love it,
Yeah.
right?
Like Sam would be like, "Dude, I got this riff," and I'd be like, "Oh my god, that thing is so sick!" And we used to
da
like.
da 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 da.
Yeah, who knows, man? But it honestly, like, we would write a new set every few months because it was just whatever band we were listening to at that
Yeah.
time, right?
Just straight mimic it.
Yeah, we just like rip it off. But that's what you're supposed to do, man. Like, that's the beauty of being a kid and being in a band. It's like, yeah, go make noise. Like, like it's weird because like I'm about to have a daughter in October, right?
Nice.
And so I'm like so pumped for when she's like 12 or 14 and she's just like, I love this band. I'm like, sick. That's sick.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, probably like, it's probably gonna sound like shit. But if I raise her right, she'll be like into good music like the Eagles, like or like Foo Fighters or Nirvana, like Zeppelin or something. You
Those
know?
are her 4 choices.
Those are her only choices.
We have a
yeah.
buddy named Co, who I'm sure will be on the show at some point,
I love that
probably,
name.
who was in the band.
He was named after David Allan Coe, the country guy.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Who,
Okay.
who he always says, what's the thing he always says? It's like the one thing I'm willing to say, oh, I'll give him credit for. He says, like, you're the culmination of everything you've ever heard. Like, you as a musician is the culmination of everything you've ever heard.
That's cool.
Yeah, or something.
I dig that.
He always says that.
Yeah.
How
I
do you
love
think of that? Like, when you're young, you're just ripping off.
Yeah.
whoever it is, and nothing wrong
Just
with
like-
that. Like that's fine because you're just learning to do what you do.
1 month we'd sound like Blindside, the next month we'd sound like Atreyu, and then the month after that we'd
Yeah.
sound like something else,
Yeah.
right?
If Co's watching, let me know what that real quote really is because I forget how you say it. But also, you're probably not watching, so fuck you.
Yeah, fuck that guy, man. Fuck Co. Okay,
So he does listen back to this, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he listens to the podcast.
It's like on the
He'll
way
hear
back
it
and
later.
forth.
He's gonna be on his way to work and just
Like,
hearing
fuck you!
"Fuck."
That guy's an asshole. What? They talked about me. Oh my god, they mentioned me. Oh, I hate those guys.
Well, one of our episodes, I was talking and I said something like, "Yeah, my old best friend Co," and anyway, he calls me like 2 weeks later and he's like, "Hey, I just got to this episode and I found out we're not best friends anymore."
That's amazing.
Oh.
That's awesome. Yeah, dude, I know music is it's a funny thing, man. It's weird, like the paths you can take in music, right? Like, I took being a performer and like artist, whatever you want to say, right?
Sure.
And like you took like being a producer, and so it's funny, but like everybody starts at the same point, right? Everybody
Yeah.
starts at like
Playing an instrument.
just playing an instrument,
like,
making noise,
jamming.
and pissing off your parents.
See, I realized I was terrible at guitar early on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so now I just
So you
stream on
want
the
into
internet.
finance.
So now I just stream
It's one
video
of the
games.
paths you can take.
Stream video games on the internet.
Boy,
and
Patrick is
try to get people
money.
to pay me to play drums.
Dude, that's a great idea, though, man. I really hope that works. You have to like keep me
Oh, yeah.
updated on
Oh, I
that
will.
because that's very cool.
I love
Like,
it.
that's
I was gonna
awesome.
start tomorrow,
Especially if you
but-
got like really good and then you have this whole paper trail of
Dude,
like
yeah.
years of videos of you
like
learning.
progress.
Yeah, it'll
you
all
know?
be live on the internet. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
That's sick.
Yeah,
What kind of what size drumsticks are you gonna use?
yeah. It's the mediums,
Yeah, you gotta use. We should.
the ones that came free with my cheap beginner's electric kit.
Phil uses these like mammoth sticks. Hang
Or
on,
if-
let me see.
Or if these people end up actually going through this deal, what they sell on their website
Let me see.
with their logo on it,
their logo. Do
Yeah.
you get custom?
custom ones.
Yeah. It's like Jury Obadiah Bird the fourth, all spelled out on your drumstick.
Just all that needs like double drumsticks.
Dude, it should be like a bird, like with a 4 on it. That'd be
Just burned
sick.
into it.
The
Just,
4,
ah!
a 4 with like wings.
I do. So I used to think I was like a decent guitar player.
What are you doing over there?
I'm videoing the music
So you can send it to him and be like, "This is so damn
just to
loud."
show him like I can literally hear the words.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But
Oh, all of
the,
a sudden, it-
oh, they're out.
maybe
of
they're
there.
done,
Maybe they're done.
or the song ended.
Hell yeah, get the hell out of there. You guys are assholes.
But
Chad.
I didn't. So I always knew I was not a very good guitar player. I used to think I was a decent guitar player. I played in a band with him playing guitar.
Awesome.
Not a good band. And but then I moved here.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm an okay guitar player in San Diego.
Yeah.
Which means I'm just an absolute shit guitar player in Nashville.
Dude, I love playing guitar. I just practice scales and like chords. I know the intro to Everlong by Foo Fighters, and I pride myself on that.
That's
very
important.
much. But then like I see Sam play guitar, and he started when we were before we were 13, right? Probably started when he was 10. Who knows? But I like see that dude play guitar, and I'm like, man, to see this dude pay his bills and live his life, right? I'm like, man, all because you were diligent when you were 13, and we had no idea
crazy.
where this was gonna take us, and now we're both in Nashville, which is awesome, right?
yeah.
But I think there's something about that of just being diligent and having the discipline. Like I'd be like, dude, let's go skateboard, let's go whatever, let's go make out with girls or whatever. And he'd be like, hang on, dude, I have to learn this song. I remember today, he'd be like, I have to learn this song. Hang on, let me just get this lick lick
wow.
down. And he'd just be like, whatever it was, whatever metal song I was listening to then.
So
And,
you skateboarded?
yeah, I used to love skateboarding, dude.
That's
You,
like a
at one
commonality
point,
on
get
this
injured
podcast.
and then stop skateboarding to do music.
No, I started writing.
happens a lot.
I
That happens a
started-
lot on this show.
No, I started writing bowls, and then I stopped skateboarding.
What?
I was a bull rider.
Really?
All right, hold on. Now, I mean, I
there
guess that makes
video?
sense given your hat.
Yeah. But I make hats
But
now
how-
for a living.
Oh, I did
What?
see that. No, I
Yeah.
saw that. Yeah, I wanted to ask about that. Thank you
Yeah.
for bringing that back up because we're
Yeah.
growing. I mean,
Yeah.
But hold on.
Okay.
We can't go straight to hats. We got to start with bull riding.
Okay,
Because
then we'll-
what?
No one goes
We
from
can't
0 to hats.
Can't go from 0 to hat.
Hey, beer me a beer.
Is it weird that you're the second person I know who makes hats?
Yes.
Who's the
Or-
first? Well, we'll jump into that in a second.
He's a
We'll jump-
viewer of mine on streaming.
Beer me that beer opener.
So I have a buddy, Vincent Cole. who's never on the internet and he'll probably never watch this, but I love that guy. We were in high school, it was like our junior year, and we were like just hanging out in class one day, and he's like, "Hey man, hey, I'm gonna start riding bulls."
Just like that.
Yeah,
That's how it
he's like,
happens.
I'm gonna join the bull riding club at school.
No. Hold on.
The rodeo
No.
club.
The bull riding club at
like
school.
Like there's like a bull riding team.
yeah, like
That
chess
is
club.
so New Mexico.
Yeah, it's like a bull
You can
riding.
join band, or you can just ride f***ing bulls.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
it's
I'm
bull
riding
riding
bulls.
team.
Obviously.
Obviously, why was not everybody riding bulls?
Well, dude, here's the thing. So Vince was like, "Hey, dude, I'm gonna start riding bulls. You got to do it with me." And I was like, "Hell no, that sounds
Like,
crazy.
I don't wanna die."
And I'm in a metal band, dude. I'm gonna be in a band. Like, that was my thing. And he was like, "Dude, no, just do it once, just so you could say, just so you can die. Like when you die, you're like, I rode a bull." And I was like, "You sold me. I'm sold. Let's do it."
All right.
So I started going to practice. I started practicing like on barrels, like bouncing barrels. Bucking barrels. Like electronic bowls. Like
Sure.
whatever they're called. Bucking machines and stuff.
Which you had one at the school.
No, we didn't. This is all at Mr. Harris? Mr. Harris. He was a teacher. He was a shop teacher.
Okay.
At Moriarty High. I think he was a shop teacher. But anyways, we would go to Mr. Harris's house and go ride there.
Where he had an electric bull.
He didn't have. He had a bucking barrel, and it was like a barrel with a metal handle, like come out the back on springs, and you would just bounce it and then like turn it in different directions.
Huh.
So it kind of mimicked the bull as you didn't know which way it was going to turn.
Dude,
so
it's got to
that
be
helped you.
to move from like a barrel or like a mechanical bull
Yeah,
to
mechanical.
a
That's what I was looking
real
for.
bull.
Yeah.
Has
So-
got to be gnarly.
So mechanical bulls help you like with the drop, right? When a bull comes up and it drops, that's what those barrels are good for, right? They help you with the drop. And then like a bucking barrel is like just helps like with like when the bull turns. And then there's my buddy had like a 3-posted thing. It had like springs on each post, the rope tied to a barrel, and it sat like 7 or 8 feet off the ground. But when you sat on it, right, you weighed it down, and it had a rope on the front that you pulled, and so that would like help with the bull like as it dropped as well. So yeah, I did that. Like I worked out and practiced like 6 days a week, and then you'd ride on Sunday, So yeah, I just got into it, and I covered my first bull. I ran a full 8 seconds. My very
Dude,
first bull.
I saw that movie.
Yeah, 8 seconds, dude. But he didn't really die that way. He died.
movie?
Like in the movie, they show Lane Frost getting like the bull like rams him and like punctures him. But that's not how it happened. I can't remember what bull he was riding, but it was in I think it was in Cheyenne. But it rained the day before or something like that. But the bull slipped and like rolled over on top of him, and that's how he died. So he his own.
What movie is that?
8 seconds, dude.
I never even
Lane
heard
Frost.
of it.
Oh, it's a
good
great.
movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
So is 8 seconds? Is that like the standard or what?
Yeah, like you have to go 8 seconds to cover. And your hand, like you tie one hand to the back of the bull, and this hand, your free hand, you can't touch the bull. If it touches the bull, you're disqualified.
you tie one hand to the bull.
Yeah, you got bull rope, man. You gotta hold on.
I know literally nothing about bull riding.
Wait. You tie
tie
your
it?
hand to the bull, or there's something tied and then you hold that thing?
Listen, so you have a rope, has a loop on the end of it, right?
Sure.
So my rope with my loop, it's gonna go on the left side of the bull, and this one's gonna go on the right. I'm gonna grab this loop and put my rope through the loop and pull it back up, right?
Okay.
So then I have a handle right here that's just made of rope and like a little bit of padding on the bottom. And then you have this rope that you pull over, okay? So as you're sitting there in the chute, you like kind of get up to like where your nuts are almost on top of your hand. You get up real close. And then you have a puller, someone who's pulling your rope, which is always Vince, AKA the hot man for me, right? He always
Okay.
pulled my rope. So I'd do this. I'd go up, 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 and he would pull my rope tight. And I'd grab my rope and wrap it around my hand. So I'm holding on to this already that has a handle, and then this rope is already tied, right? And then you can do a thing called a suicide wrap, is where you let your pinky free and you put your rope between your ring finger and your pinky.
Why though? Why do
Does
you
it
want to
help?
rip your pinky off?
Well, no, you're not ripping your pinky off. It helps you hold on better. So then you like smash your pinky back down, and then your rope's sticking out, right? And then so that's called a suicide wrap. And then you could do a wrap or a butterfly, which is where you just put your rope over and back over, and then you hold onto it. So you're holding like 3 links of rope right there.
So with all that though, isn't it like a recipe to get your wrist snapped?
No, because you have to like you you have spurs on, and so like spurs help you get a good hold, like on the bull.
Yeah, but like when it knocks you off.
Yeah, I mean, when you knock off, dude, like when you're done, like the bell rings, all you have to do is like you look, and like whatever direction I'm looking over my shoulder, I'm gonna land right there. It's this very weird thing where like I let go and look, and that bull's gonna buck, and I like automatically I'm gonna like my feet are gonna come over, I'm gonna boom land right there and then run. Yeah,
Dude,
But
that's
I mean-
gnarly.
yeah, but I mean I got my ass kicked many times, but I've been stomped on, dude. I fractured all these ribs. So I rode bowls for like 2 years. Fractured. I got in this. I went underneath this bowl out in I think it was like Cancito, New Mexico. It's this like Indian res out there, and I was riding this one bull, and then he like knocked me off real quick. Right, I like lost my hand, and I just fell off. He like bucked me off his ass, and the cattle contractor was like, "Hey man, get on one more time. I won't charge you." Because I want to see how this bull bucks. He's like a new bull. I want to see him buck. And I was like, dude, free ride. Hell yeah, let's do it. Load him back
Do
up.
they usually charge for rides?
Yeah, it's like $10 a head to practice.
Okay.
And dude, bull riding is the most like expensive sport ever. Because you have to pay to enter into bull ridings, you know?
Huh.
So like, anyways, I bucked off, and then he loaded the bull back through the chute, and I got back on, got my rope tied, got on it, and then the bull bucked out, and it went like away from my hand. I can't remember like which way. I think it went away from my hand. So I missed it with my spur, like getting a hold on it. So I literally flipped all the way underneath this bull, and then it just freaking like danced on me, dude. And I got like a concussion. I was like got knocked out.
Oh man.
And my dad has a video of it somewhere at his house.
Dude, I wished you had told us ahead of time so we could try to get that video thrown on
Yeah,
the stream.
I know.
Dude, that's gnarly.
Yeah, dude, it was rad. I mean, like, I got, like, the shit beat out of me. But then after that, like, because they say bull riding is 90% or 10% physical, 90% mental, right?
Really?
Yeah, because it's like a mental game of, like, you know, it's like this fear of, like, this animal's, like, wants to kill you. It wants to, and it can kill you, you know?
Dude.
You're riding, like, a 1,500-pound beast, dude. Like, that has a...
Whose whole goal
is
is to knock you the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
just ruin
like-
your life.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, I got really hurt, and, like, my ribs were, like, a couple of my ribs are cracked and stuff. And I got on, like, every weekend after that for, like, 6 weeks. Just got on. Still went to practice every day.
And you're all beat up.
Yeah. And after I'd get off riding, I was having problems breathing. I'd be like, like that. Like, I couldn't catch my breath.
And so you just sucked it up, got right back on, and did it again.
Dude, well, I went this really bad slump in my riding for like 3 months. I couldn't cover anything, or if I was riding really good, I would just jump off like 5 seconds in. I'd be like, all right, cool, jump off. And I'm like, am I good? And everyone's like, no, dude, you didn't even ride for 8 seconds. Like, there was no bell. Like, what are you doing? And so, yeah, I rode for like 2.5, 3 years, whatever. But yeah, I got hurt real bad, and that was when I was like, all right, I'm done, you know? But yeah,
Do people die in bull riding often?
I'm sure they do. Yeah, I mean,
It sounds like that would
You ever
happen.
see anybody die?
I haven't. I've seen a lot of like real bad wrecks though. I saw one kid that used to ride with us named Corey. He got like drug along this fence and like cut like a 4-inch gash in his hip. You can see his hip bone hanging out right there. I saw one kid who had a horn go through his helmet, like out of his face mask, and this bull was just bucking, and he was just like getting drug along like by his neck like a rag doll. Yeah. I've seen dudes just get like gored like up the ass, like with a bull, just like boom, and just throw them up in the air, dude, like they were nothing.
And they were okay though?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like they'd be okay at all.
Some of them were. Like there was one time I got like kicked in the chest, and I remember flying up like 10 feet in the air. I like lost my hand and like flew forward, and that bull just boom kicked up, and its feet just hit me right in my vest. You wear like a padded vest.
Sure.
And I just was, man, I was a slingshot, just bottle rocket.
Dude,
in the
that's
air.
crazy.
Yeah, and I just like hit the ground like ah. And there were a couple times like bull would come down, I'd get knocked off, bull would come down like just land right on. There's a bull named Two Feathers that I rode 4 times, never covered it, and the owner, the bull died and they cut its head off. So that's why I have this tattoo right here. That's Two Feathers, my favorite bull.
Oh wow.
So that's
man,
that's its head. Yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, it's a brutal sport. Like it's it's not for the faint of heart at all, you know. So
Dude,
if you're in it for the buckle bunnies, you're not doing a good job.
The buckle bunnies.
bunnies. Oh, it took me out. I had to like process like what that meant.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
leave it up to
man.
your imagination.
The buckle bunnies.
Because when you win a bull ride and you get a buckle,
Sure.
and one of them honeys, man, they like that buckle.
Who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't like the buckle, man?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
yeah,
man. So you went from bowls
yeah, bull
to
riding.
making hats.
Well, I
The
went from
most dangerous sport.
I went from like bull riding to being like touring with hardcore with metal bands, you know. But yeah, like I make my living here in town. I'm an apprentice hat maker under this lady named Gigi Gaskins.
I've never wanted a hat more than this moment.
Dude, I'll make you one, man.
You'll make me a hat?
Yeah.
I bet I can't afford your hats.
Well, you might. They're like $700.
Yeah, I don't think I can afford your hats.
But
Is yours one of the customs?
no, so this one, dude, is so funny. I found this one in the closet at the shop. This is an old Stetson. I think it's probably from the 70s or something like that. But I have a couple of our like nicer hats at home. But yeah, so I'm like her apprentice, and she lets me make hats, and sometimes she likes them.
Yeah, but you gotta like roll it back. How did you get into hat making? How does one get into hat?
Okay, I'll tell you.
Hattering.
So, yeah.
First of all, what's it called? What's the official word?
Hat maker.
Oh,
Hatter.
that's super lame.
Yeah, hatter.
All right.
Hatter.
All right, that's not very exciting at all.
I think the music's gone.
Oh, dude, thank God. Get out of here, Chad, you asshole.
Yeah, fucking
It hasn't been on for a second.
super
So,
long intro to
when I was writing bowls, this dude, Cody, I used to write bowls with, he used to shape his hats, like shape his cowboy hats, you know, and we would go to like Western Warehouse or Boot Barn and like use their steam machine or steamer, and just because you need steam to make a hat to shape it, loosens up all the fibers. So I would I just kind of watched him, and I kind of shaped this hat that I had, and I walked in there, and she was like, "Hey," I was wearing a cowboy hat. She's like, who shaped your hat? And I was like, "I did. I shaped it." She's like, "Can I see it?" I was like, "Yeah." It looked like shit, but she's like, "This looks all right. Like, this is a decent job."
So wait, hold on. Well, so you get a hat,
Yeah.
and then you shape it.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like I
does shaping
like
mean?
well, so I had this hat, and it looked like a traditional cowboy hat.
Okay.
And I like flattened the brim out and like put a kick in the front, so I had a big bend in the front, like an old. I got it from like John Wayne in Rio Bravo. And my buddy gave me the hat, and I just wandered into her hat store. Right, I've been there a couple times. She didn't know me or anything, and so I wandered in there, and she's like, "Hey, who made your hat?" And I was like, "Oh, it's this old Stetson that I kind of reshaped myself." And she's like, "Well, where did you learn to shape hats at?" And I was like, "Well, I used to ride bowls. I'm a cowboy who's played in a metal band." I'm this cowboy dude. And,
Oh man, the name of this episode is now Metal Cowboy.
metal cowboy.
100%.
Dude, that's sick. I like that's powerful.
Metal Cowboy from a live band. Wait, live metal band.
Live metal.
That's so lame.
Live Metal Cowboy.
God, that's so stupid.
So you go in there, and she like, I like the way you shape hats.
Yeah, kind of like she was like.
Why does that sound like you're coming on to him? Like
Yeah,
the
a
way you
little
shape
bit.
hats.
That's where you shape hats real
She
nice.
definitely, yeah, she was not calm. She was like, "Oh, this idiot." So I was like, "Yeah, hey, you want to give me a job?" Just like threw it out there, like joking, and she was like, "Yeah, I'll give you a job." And I was like, "Oh shit, for real?" She's like, "Yeah, where you work at now?" And I was like, "Well, I tour, and in between tours, I just like work as a meter, like a meter maid, you know." And,
Meter
Really?
man, I believe.
meter man, yeah,
A
whatever.
meter maid, dude. Like
Well-
at like the Beatles song.
Yeah, well, I was like a Zamboni driver, and the ice hockey rink went out of business, and then I had to get another job in between.
That's
touring.
like the prototypical job. What movie is that? That like the guy's the Zamboni driver.
I don't
That's
know.
like an Adam Sandler movie or something.
No. You're thinking of like when the dude's on the Zamboni driving it.
Yeah.
In the Adam Sandler movie. I don't know
Yeah.
which one it was.
I couldn't
Happy
tell ya.
Gilmore? I don't know.
One of those.
So, anyways, yeah. So I was like, "You want to give me a job?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'll give you a job." And then I got a job, and then I started touring so much, and she fired me. I was fired / I quit because I was like, "I'm." whatever.
Yeah, you tried to do your music. Yeah.
She, whatever. So, and then, yeah. So then I was like, "Oh man, I really miss like making hats because that was like the best job ever." So I wandered in there a few months ago. It'd been like a year and a half since I've been in there, and I needed a hat brush. And I was
Sure.
like, well, to clean my hats.
Dude, like my knowledge of hats is like I never even wore hats until like a year ago.
Okay.
And then I bought one hat and it's just like a cap
Yeah.
and that's it.
Well, that's called a cap, not a hat. Like this right here is a proper hat.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So hold on. So what's okay?
Yeah.
What's a cap? What's a hat?
A cap is what you're thinking of, like a bill, like a,
Okay.
like a bill, like,
Sure.
like a baseball cap. That's a cap. Something like this is like a proper hat.
So for it to be a hat, does it have to be
Does have like a brim on it.
all the way around? Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well, it's only halfway around.
that's a cap.
What if it's like 90% of the way around?
Oh shit! Now you're getting into some world I didn't know about.
Now, do you make primarily cowboy hats, or do you make
We make everything, man.
do you make fedoras?
Yeah, well, fedoras are like anything with a pinch in it. So like even this hat right here is considered a fedora because it has a teardrop pinch. That's a pinch right there. It has this teardrop. But yeah,
Huh.
it's like a cowboy hat. I love this hat. I just tried it on. I found it in our closet. I tried it on and it fit me perfectly.
If I knew you were going with that kind of a hat, I have a hat, a similar hat.
But I bet your hat's bullshit compared to his hats.
My hat's pretty cool, man.
Bullshit.
It's called
It's
the
a bullshit hat.
This hat was I was with a band I was working with in Missouri,
Yeah?
and
What band? Give them a shout out.
They're called Dawson Hollow. Shout out
Sick.
to Dawson Hollow. We're gonna have
Dawson's
them on the
Creek Hollow.
podcast at some point. Yeah, Dawson
I've played
Creek
their
Hollow.
music on the
I'm sure
street
they've heard
before.
that a million times.
They're pretty rad, indie folk. But I was driving around in one of their cars with
Yeah.
them, and in the back seat they just had this hat, and I put it on, and it's like kind of the midway between what you've got and a fedora. It's somewhere in that range.
But that is a fedora. It's got the
Yeah.
it's
In
got
a
the
sense.
teardrop pinch.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying.
But
It's
it's
like
like
a smaller brim on it.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
a smaller brim than that one, but similar style in general. And I put it on, and I liked it, and wore it while we were producing. And they decided to give it to me, and they called it the producer. They're like, "That's the producer's hat."
Dude, that's awesome.
So the hat is called the producer, and I wore it when we went to Montana and recorded their album. I wore the producer hat there, and
Yeah.
they went around the ranch where we were recording, and they found feathers, and then they stitched feathers into the hat.
Dude, that's awesome.
It's pretty cool, right?
I love that. Yeah, mine doesn't even have
I
like
guess it's not a bullshit hat.
That's see, man. Every hat, so after we make hats, every hat like needs a name. You know what I mean? So sometimes Gigi
sure.
comes up with a name. Sometimes I think of one that she likes and she chooses it. You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I make a hat. I'm like, this hat looks awesome. She's like, that hat's bullshit. Start over. And I'm like, oh god. Or
Does each hat have its own individual name, or like each like line of hats?
no, yeah, we make all like one-off hats, right? And if somebody wants, like, Gigi does this great, like, really cool dyeing job where she dyes. So all our hats, we make them out of beaver pelt, like beaver felt, I should say.
Is that what that is?
This one, yeah, this one's beaver. Yeah, this one's probably beaver and like rabbit felt mixed.
Is there actual beaver in it?
Yeah, that's what the fur's made out of.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So like a good quality hat is like a beaver hat, right? And so yeah, dude, I know she gave me this job, and I just seriously just fell in love with making hats, and I it's the only thing I've found besides music that I've become extremely passionate about, like where I look forward to going, like, you know, you go on stage, you're like looking forward to go play and like headbang or like whatever you do. Play your
Yeah.
violin or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I can't wait to go to work and like make some hats when I get to make hats. So
So let's say I wanted a hat.
yeah,
Now I can't even come close to affording a fancy hat.
okay,
I don't even know what to look for in a hat. I don't know. I literally know nothing about hats.
Okay.
I just know that I think some hats are cool and some
Yeah.
hats are stupid,
okay, yeah, me too.
and I don't know why I think that or what kind of hat I should wear. What kind of hat should I wear?
I leave that completely up to the person.
But what
buying
kind of
the
hat should I wear though?
See, I don't. People ask that. I'm like, what do you think will look good on me? I'm
So
like,
I
don't
can
know,
wear like a
just-
hat like that because I feel like I don't like haven't earned like cowboy hat style wearing privileges.
You have to earn it. People go to Broadway and buy shitty cowboy hats every day.
But
all
don't you kind of
day.
feel like fuck those guys a little bit?
I mean, I don't give a shit.
I guess I'm just a judgmental asshole. But
That's true.
It's their
It
money,
is one of your
you know?
core
Sure.
things.
But I mean, so you're saying like if you
let's
want
say if I wanted to get a hat,
a custom hat,
if I wanted like a hat, like I wanted this my thing.
Okay.
My hat.
Yeah.
Like what kind of hat? What should I look for? What do I want? What do I want? What would work well with me? And
Okay.
you've known me a full like 2.5 hours now,
Yeah.
probably.
yeah.
What kind of hat should I get?
Okay, so there's like 3 different levels of hats.
Okay.
There's wool, and then there's rabbit, and then there's beaver.
Okay.
So those are 3 different tiers. So like your wool is the cheapest kind of hat. It's not gonna last very long. It's
Gonna
really,
say-
really,
Now,
really
how
To speak of wool,
Yes,
Oh,
that
wow.
was stupid.
That was the worst. That was just you're off the
So dumb.
podcast.
Go hang out with Chad. Go to the Sounds game.
So what? So okay. So wool. How long is that gonna last? It only lasts a little bit of time.
I mean, yeah, it can last you, but if it's gonna get rained on and stuff like that, it's
no
not-
good.
Yeah, it's no good.
Okay,
Rabbit.
so that's bullshit hat. We don't
Yeah,
want
like rabbit hats, like that's what like Stetson uses and like Biltmore, all your like famous kind of hat companies. Like those are good hats, right?
that. Fine
like
to get rained on. You wear it
like,
every day.
Yeah, you don't want to wear it in the shower, but like you're going
Sure.
like from the bar to the car, it's raining, you'll be all right,
that's like a great
bar to the
catchphrase.
car.
From the bar to
I
the
just
car.
made that up. I should totally start using
From
that.
the bar to the car, Stetson will get you there.
Damn. Or you
Oh,
should like, no,
wow.
it should be like from the bar to the car. Hat Works will get you there. Because that's where
Hat
it works.
Works.
Yeah.
Hat works.
Yeah. Shout out Uncle Gigi.
Uncle Gigi.
Yeah, I call her Uncle Gigi.
I was like, uncle.
No, it's a woman.
So we
She's
got
a woman.
Okay.
So to speak of hats, get us to number 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. I'm still on rabbit hat. So
Okay,
like, because
so-
I don't have
so-
$700 to spend on a hat.
Okay, yeah,
Should I be
so-
looking for a rabbit?
So yeah,
hat, 'cause it's maybe
rabbits
cheaper.
around like 200, 250, like 200, 250
Okay, now we're
bucks,
talking a little more
250
reasonable. I still got $200
Yeah.
to spend on a hat, but
But I mean, like that hat's gonna last you for a long time. You know what I mean? And then like we use rabbit and what is known as beaver blend, and beaver blend is a mix between beaver and rabbit put together, which is still like a very quality hat, right? Like our grandfathers or great grandfathers wore probably like rabbit or beaver hats, But I always say if you can afford a rabbit hat over a wool hat, you want to get a rabbit hat.
so what kind of hat though?
Dude, it's not up to me. It's
How do you know what kind of hats there are?
I mean, I don't know. There's
I don't want like
cowboy-
I
there's,
don't want like a
cowboy
hipster,
hats.
like a little hipster hat. You know what I mean? I'm not down for that.
Yeah. Oh, get a cowboy hat.
Do a cowboy hat?
Yeah, man. Cowboy hats
I
are
don't like to
sick.
do a cowboy. I feel like it look ridiculous.
You think so?
Would you consider what you're wearing a cowboy hat?
Yeah. Yeah, like the brims, turned up on both sides, and it's got the teardrop pinch on it. I think this color is fawn, if I'm correct. It doesn't have a hat band on it, right? Like most bands have a hat band on it. But I found this in that closet for the 3rd time I've said that. I'm sorry. I found it in the closet. I started wearing it. And then Gigi came into work and she goes, "Where'd you get that hat?" And I was like, "Hey, I found it in the closet. I want to buy it from you. Give it to me." She goes, "What if that was my grandfather's hat?" And I go, what if? But it wasn't, and now it's mine. And so she's like, whatever. It's a great hat, though. And I'm like, it looks good, doesn't it? She's like, yeah, it's a good hat. So now she just lets me wear it, have it. So
Nice.
Yeah, man, it's rad. It's been a really
Sounds
rad
like you have an
journey.
interesting relationship with Gigi.
Dude, I do. She's great. And she's also great. I feel weird talking about my boss on a podcast. 'Cause she
No,
won't listen to this.
do you, boo?
But yeah, man, she's awesome. She's really hard on me, but as I've grown in hat making and I've seen like some other people's hats, like other hatters' hats, I'm like, oh, now I get why she's so hard on me and to be a perfectionist about this kind of stuff, Like I saw some girl's hat that some other dude made, and I was like, man, that hat is a piece of shit.
What?
Yeah, I was like, that hat is a piece of shit, and I like felt bad that she bought that hat. I'm like, God, how much you spend on this hat? She's like, I don't know, like $800. And I was like, man, girl, you got ripped off, but when she came in, so I was like, oh, that's a nice hat.
So it was like a $800, $700 hat from
Dude.
like you. That's forever.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a forever hat.
And I should say, like, $700 is a custom hat, right? Like, I'm gonna put a conformature in your head, which was made in like the, I don't know, 1300s, 1800s. That's a big gap, right? It's 500 years. Somewhere
made
it's
in
an
the 1300s or
old
1800s.
wooden thing, or like it just takes the shape of your head. So like everywhere your mom dropped you, like all those dents or bumps,
Yeah.
they're all in there, right? So these 2 pieces. Look it up. I don't want to explain it anymore. So yeah, like it's just, so like a custom fitted hat is $700, right? But then like one of our ready-made hats that just like a cool one that we've made and thrown on the wall, that one's like they start like $4.99 or $5.99.
But if you pay $600, might as well pay extra $100 get that custom hat.
Dude, but I mean that's like cheap though. There's some hatters that sell hats for like $1,200. Some dudes out in California. Yeah, it's a whole world, man. It's a whole fascinating world that you like. I don't know. You probably like when you get in the world of producing, right? You probably got into like other producers that you admired, and you're like, God, this is like there's a whole world of producers out there. Obviously, it's music.
Yeah.
But then when you kind of start zoning in on those, and you find dudes that you like or people that you admired, you're like, oh man, yeah. And then you probably start listening a little bit. And you're like, oh, he let that fly. Like, really, he let that fly?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Yeah. On that note, I'm gonna go pee real quick. Is that cool?
Yeah, it's fine.
Wait,
Let's
were you
actually
gonna finish that statement?
What about what? Wait, what?
Where were you going with that?
About what?
No, he
That
was just
was-
comparing.
I'm sorry, because I was talking about my boss. Yeah, so I've said that she's super hard on me, but like now I've kind of grown to have like a Stockholm syndrome about it, where like I am.
You appreciate your
I
capture.
appreciate my capture. I shouldn't joke with that. I'm sorry if anyone's listening has been kidnapped.
That's a sensitivity our
Wow.
generation hasn't had yet.
Yeah. But no, man. She's like, she's a real deal, and she's super tough, you know, when it comes to making hats. But it's because we have this like line of quality, right? It's a quality hat that people are they're gonna spend $600 on a hat,
They're gonna have it for years,
and they're gonna have
maybe their whole
forever,
life.
man. They can have forever. Like this dude literally came in today. I'm not even exaggerating. Bought one of our hats. He was like, "Man, I want to buy a hat that I can pass down to my son." And I was like, "God, that's like so rad." You know that he's.
It's like it's all sweaty inside though. Like, I don't wear my dad's old sweaty hat.
Well, dude, taking it to our hat, we'll give you a new sweatband, $60. And that sweatband's gonna last you for freaking 15, 20 more years. You know what I'm saying? A dude brought in a hat that we fixed the other day, and his hat was 30 years old. He's like, I've had this for 30 years. It's just been in this box. Can you like reshape it or whatever? And like, yeah, sure.
Wow.
You know,
Probably the only thing I've had for 30 years is my
dick.
So
number one. No, my I got a trophy out there for being the cutest baby in San
first of all,
Diego.
it's some
Your
bullshit.
parents gave you
It's
that
some
shit.
bullshit.
Yeah, you take this. I'm going.
No, it was
I've
the
got
San
a picture
Diego
of
Elks
me. I have a
community.
picture of me as king of the babies with the crown. You don't fucking crown. I saw the picture of you as a baby. I got a crown, big like velvet robe,
There's
red,
absolutely
white.
a picture of me as a baby with a crown.
No, I saw the picture of you at that competition. Corinne sent it to me.
I don't have that.
I
I'm not
have
talking
it
about
somewhere.
that competition. I'm
No,
talking
no.
about a whole different.
And you were dressed like the Pope. It was all white, like big fucking tall, dumbass
Yeah,
hat.
I was the Pope of the babies.
Yeah, you may be the Pope of the babies. I'm the king of the babies.
Baby Pope.
Fuck the Pope of the babies, not the regular Pope. He's all right. I guess I don't know. I just don't want to insult the Pope. Just
All
Ryan.
right, here's my question. Is it time for us to ask the question?
Well, I want to show his next song.
Okay, next
Well,
one.
by the way, since
Every
he's not,
time I want to ask the question, you want to.
it doesn't feel right. You always just want to rush the question.
I'm okay with it
Rushing
coming
the
a little
question.
earlier because I feel like we're so on topic.
We are weirdly on topic. And besides
Yeah.
the fact that we just talked for an hour about hats and bull riding.
That's so on topic though. That's like things he really does.
So I do want to play a song. It's been too long.
Yeah,
Because it's harder to judge when to play a song when they're not playing live.
yeah.
2, question. 3,
Liz says it's time.
Liz says it's
She says
time.
it's time for the queen.
correct.
It's
All right.
time for the
So-
queen.
So show me, because Macs are hard. I don't know where you actually downloaded the other video. We'll go down to another song.
Dude, sick. Which one?
Well, the video.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Enemies to everyone.
Okay.
Enemies
I
to
got it from
everyone.
here, I
Yeah. Yeah, this is
You got it from there.
a good one.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to give us a little more than that.
Oh, okay. So this is
pause it,
our
man.
single off our record. It's called Enemies to Everyone. I got the song name from a Western movie I like called Hell or High Water.
Okay.
And the word Comanche literally means enemies to everyone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm a huge like Western movie fanatic. I love Westerns. So yeah, man, it's like one of the first songs that we wrote for the record. And then it's got a nice big chorus in there.
That's one of the better things in a song.
Yeah, you
Oh,
gotta have
chorus?
a chorus.
You gotta have a
chorus.
nice big chorus.
Yeah, big Anthony.
I like the outro chord specifically,
Yeah. All right, that works.
or the intro. Chord.
A big
Yeah,
sexy hook.
It's big. Yeah, it's got the hook, got the sexy hook. We filmed this music video in Atlanta, at this like real shitty motel room, and I had like just chain smoke the entire time. So the whole music video is talking about like vices and stuff like that I like struggle with. So it's like cigarettes. I drink way too much coffee, and I'm always on my phone, right? Like, and that's kind of what's dealing with, in a sense, like loosely based kind of thing.
Sure, it's a song.
But yeah, the song's about just kind of being stuck. You feel stuck in life, you know, and you kind of trying to navigate through relationships and religion and, you know,
The whole deal.
The whole deal, man. Yeah. Cue that shit up, man.
All right. So this is Enemies to Everyone.
And we're back.
And we're back. -1 because I made him go get me beer.
Kicked him out.
That's
of
how
here.
it works, right? I'm like, get the fuck out of here and grab me a
Beer,
drink.
you there, beer boy.
But I wanted to ask you about your tattoos. Well, I was asking you about one tattoo, and I was like, I don't know if it's something super cool about that or not.
Yeah.
Which looks super cool. I wish people could see it a little better. But I mean, podcast, they can't see it at all.
Yeah.
But you have another tattoo that I think looks like I think that tattoo looks cool.
Yes.
You have another tattoo that I think I'm intrigued by.
Which one is it?
The half star.
Oh, yes. So that's a broken pentagram,
Right.
which is O Sleepers.
I wasn't sure if it was a pentagram or star.
Yeah,
David.
it's O Sleepers symbol. It's like they're like.
Oh, really?
It's like their
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
That's cool.
And
it looks
then-
super cool.
Thanks. Yeah, it's like their thing. It's on the cover of their record called Son of the Morning. And all the dudes in that band have it tattooed on them.
Really?
Like one way or another, yeah. And I was just kind of they let me into their like family, you know what I mean? I kind
Right.
of became one of them. So, and they're my favorite band, so I didn't really care either way, you know. So I got it, and it has my favorite lyrics from my favorite song called "A Banquet for Traitors," and it says, "My son, you can hold perfection in your arms if you wish." And
That's cool.
yeah, yeah, it is pretty cool. Thanks, Ryan.
That's dope.
We
Every
thought we were
time I
talking
leave
about-
the room, Jerry asks people questions about their tattoos.
Dude, because we've had some people with some
Yeah.
rad ass tattoos.
Yeah, I got.
And I have no tattoos. I've always thought like I'd like to get a tattoo, but like I don't.
I had this like the ram skull on the side of my neck, and that's like a very obviously prominent because when you're talking to someone,
It's on your neck.
Yeah, it's on my neck, you know. And I was at Home Depot one time.
Didn't think that's where this was going.
Oh my god, I was at Home Depot
I was
one
Home
time
Depot
too.
too. What'd you buy? 2x4s? Holy shit! But this lady goes, "You like dinosaurs?" And I
I
was like,
fucking love dinosaurs.
that was my. I go. Yeah, I like dinosaurs. She goes, "Yeah, I saw your tattoo on your neck." And I go, "Oh, thanks." She goes, "T-Rex?"
Yes.
And dude, straight by this guy, I go, "Hell yeah, T-Rex." She goes, "Yeah. You like Jurassic Park?" And I go, "I fucking love Jurassic Park." You know, give me my 2x4s. I'm out of this bitch.
Oh my god.
Fucking idiot. I'm just joking.
No, but the tattoo I pointed out, which I don't think you've seen, because I was sitting right next to him,
Yeah.
is this one's Doc Holliday from Tombstone.
It's actually,
Nice.
if you want to get technical, it's Val Kilmer. But
Right.
it's Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday from Tombstone.
So I assume you prefer
Dude, if you ever
Tombstone to
ran
White
into
Earth.
Val Kilmer, you'd have to be like,
Dude,
Oh, dude, he lives out in New Mexico.
really?
Yeah, he lives out in Santa Fe, I think.
I guess no one's heard of him from for like 15 years.
Yeah. Well, I guess he's in the new Top Gun 2, bitches.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited for
sick.
that.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna
Top
be
two-
awful.
Top Gun 2 bitches.
Dude, yeah. Well, I don't know if
it
it's
is.
called
Top
Top
Gun 2, bitches.
Yeah, colon bitches. Yeah, I think he's in it. I'm pretty sure he's in it. I don't know.
So you like Tombstone better than White Earp?
I like Doc Holliday more than White Earp
Okay, fair enough.
because
Like Doc Holliday in that movie, Val Kilmer, Doc
yeah,
Holliday.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He did a great job.
He did such a good job.
Dude, he seemed
And-
real sick the whole time, which is the whole premise of,
well,
of
dude,
the Doc
here's the
Holliday.
thing. So it was so hot out, right? And like it was so hot out that like the sweat was drying to their face.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to look sick all the time, right? Like
Which he really did.
So like to get that like that glistening, like they kept spraying water on their faces,
Mm-hmm.
on his face, right? But it was drying up because it was so hot that they were starting to spray on glycerin on his face.
Oh, shit.
And he said that his face was so itchy it felt like ants like were all over his face.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I read that.
That's
On a
really
thing
gnarly.
Anything he posted. Because like probably once every 6 months I look at Val Kilmer on Instagram. I'm like, what are you doing, Val?
What's up, Val?
Yeah, what's up, Val? Like, what are you doing?
So did you like him as Batman though?
Yeah, he was a great Batman. He was a great
you don't have
Batman.
to lie.
No, he was fine.
He was an okay Batman for the
better
time.
than George Clooney.
Wow, yeah, better than George Clooney.
But come on, dude, that's
Now,
not
I've always
right,
liked
dude.
Val
Like-
Kilmer.
Like, no one beats Christian Bale.
Yeah, that's a whole other level.
But the thing is, but who's the first guy?
what
Michael
about
Keaton?
Michael Keaton? Was good.
He
for,
was
for
good,
the
dude.
era.
But yeah, he couldn't turn his neck.
But
he was all right.
No, but neither could Val Kilmer. Couldn't turn his neck either.
Couldn't. He couldn't.
They couldn't. No one could turn their neck until like
Christian Bale was like, I'm a smart ass motherfucker.
yeah,
I'm-
like some pulleys or some shit.
why
and
am I not
let me
turning my
turn
neck? See, because he told Morgan Freeman, he's like, hey, I can't turn my neck.
Yeah, what the
It's
hell?
2015. I can't turn my neck. Get out of this comic book shit.
Get out of this comic book shit. Go, let me turn my damn neck.
I want to turn my neck. I need to look at some shit. Driving the Batmobile around.
Yeah, gotta check both mirrors. Can't do that.
He has to like full swing, you know?
Yeah.
Nah.
Now,
That's a hard job.
assuming now are you Val Kilmer fan in general?
No.
Okay.
Not really. He kind of
Okay.
seems like a weird ass dude.
I just remember like he did this movie where he was a thief. You know what I'm talking about? Remember that? No,
Heat?
you know shit about
Heat?
Val Kilmer, huh?
Heat
No.
with Al Pacino?
Heat?
No. He was like a
Was it Heat?
like a cat burglar.
Heat?
A cat burglar?
You know what I mean? Like a sneaky thief, like sneaky, like climbing up walls and shit thief.
I don't know.
Art. I mean, he was an art
Heat?
thief.
I don't know that one.
No, I remember it being real good. And I haven't seen it for like 20 years. I remember it being real good when I was a kid. Or he did Ghost in the Darkness.
Dude, that's
That
a
movie's
great
badass,
movie, bro.
Which my wife has definitely seen.
Yeah.
She claims she's never seen it, and I'm like,
You should
I
get-
watched this with you. I
get a
love that
divorce.
movie. I love that movie.
Divorce.
Hey,
Dude,
that's
my
my
girlfriend,
sister.
yeah. So he'll be stuck with her. You won't.
But whoever I'm with has definitely seen the movie. I love
Move into
it.
his room, bitch.
Down the hall.
Wouldn't that be weird if like now it's like actually me and my sister live together and we have a roommate? Her
She's got a
ex-husband.
cot. It's her ex-husband. I want the bed, Jury. No, go watch a movie. I'll change my mind.
Every night she'd be like, "Can we please stop leaving my ex-husband?" I'm like, "We're good friends. We do a podcast together." No,
Of course you're gonna leave
we're
him.
not
I
gonna
work
kick
with
him
him.
out.
I like him. Just because you guys don't get
Yeah,
along,
that's not my
doesn't mean I don't-
problem.
It's like when your best friend has that guy who's friends with the guy that you don't like, and you're like, "That guy sucks," and he's like, "Hey, he's cool with me, man." No, you gotta be on my side. It's like, he's cool.
I like that guy though.
I like that guy.
You know,
He's not a bad guy.
Is that heat?
Is it heat?
Heat?
Heat.
Heat?
you kind of make me watch some volcano
Jackal.
movies now. I don't know, man.
Jackal.
Jackal?
Was it a jackal?
No, it wasn't the Jackal the one with Bruce Willis, where he has
Sure.
like when he shoots off Jack Black's arm.
What?
You ever seen that one, Bruce Willis?
I feel like you're just making this up.
No,
right now.
I swear to God,
This is not a real thing.
No, I swear to God.
Bruce Willis and Jack Black were in a movie together.
Yeah. I think it was called The Jackal. Look it
Sounds
up,
like
man.
the
You got the
perfect
internet
movie.
right there. Why
I
are we-
literally have the
Why are
internet
we
right here.
guessing? We don't need to be guessing this
That
stuff.
sounds like the perfect movie. That's what bothers
We
me.
live in the future. We don't have to think of anything. We can just look it up.
Jackal,
movie.
just jackals.
Go to
A jackal is a dog.
Jackal.com.
Jackal movie.
1997.
Who's in that?
Bruce Willis.
Oh,
Richard Gere.
Richard Gere.
I don't think
I bet
Jack
Richard
Black.
Gere
Black
plays.
in it?
No, he has a cameo.
okay.
He sells this like.
Oh, that cover looks familiar. Maybe I've seen that.
Bruce Willis, or no, Jack Black sells Bruce Willis this crazy machine gun that he has in the back of his van,
As you do.
and he kills all these people, and like the van's white or something, and then he kills all these people, runs to a car wash and starts spraying the van, and the paint comes off, dude. It fucking changes colors. Now he's in like a blue van. No one's gonna find him.
sprays it with a machine gun?
No, like with a water
Oh,
hose.
then like he's
at the car wash.
all the paint off. I was like, what are you talking about?
But with the machine
That doesn't
gun,
make any sense.
he's like, "Hey, Jack Black, hold this Coke can. I want to test out this robot gun, right? Because he has a controller with a video on it."
Oh, this sounds so familiar.
And
I
Jack
swear, I
Black's
may have
like,
seen this
"I don't
movie.
know, man. I don't know. You know, Tenacious D. I don't know." He's like, "No, go ahead, hold it out." So he holds it out, and he's like, "Yeah, Nacho Libre, hold it out a little bit further." And so Jack Black's like standing like this, with his arm extended, and then like Bruce Willis is like aims the Coke can, and then you find out he's a sick son of a bitch, and he moves the machine gun over till it's just on his arm, fires it.
I've definitely seen this.
Dude,
I know
it
this.
blows Jack Black's arm off.
I've seen this movie. It's been so long. But like everything you're saying, I'm like, I've seen that scene.
Yeah.
Either that or you're just amazing at explaining it.
They
One
do
or
it by
the
a
other.
river. They do it by a river.
I don't remember specifically.
I
the
love
river,
movies. I'm a huge movie guy.
But you prefer them by the river. You like movies specifically that involve a river.
I think that scene. Well, dude,
Val Kilmer,
Tombstone
by a river.
Tombstone, great river scene. Great river scene. The Notebook. They're on a lake. Never mind. I can't say that.
A river runs through it.
Dude, Brad Pitt, of course.
Would you say you have really high standards for movies?
No.
So you're
I
kind of
like-
a movie whore.
Yeah, I just like movies. I watched Monster last night with Charlize Theron about Eileen
Yeah.
the serial killer.
Yeah.
And I was like, it kind of seems like you kind of like was like had this like romantic view of this woman who killed dudes. Granted, those dudes were pieces of shit because
Sure.
they were like all married dudes trying to get laid, you know?
I don't think I've seen that. It just didn't appeal to me.
Yeah, it's good. It has like the Christina Ricci.
Have you seen Whiplash though?
Dude, is that about the jazz drummer?
Dude, me and
Yeah.
him watched it
With the
2
State
nights
Farm
ago
guy.
for the first time. The State Farm.
The State Farm commercial guy.
Yeah, that guy. Dude, that movie blew my mind. It was
Dude.
so good.
Dude, you know that guy who's like the teacher or something?
Yeah.
He's in that movie with Ben Affleck called The Accountant. Did you see that?
Oh, that was a good
I
movie.
haven't. I heard it was really good.
God, dude, there's like one scene in that movie where like it was when he encountered the accountant, right? He encountered Ben Affleck, and he goes and like Ben Affleck pulls a gun on him, has a gun to the back of his head, and the dude like starts crying, and he goes, "Are you a good man?" And he goes like the bald guy from the State Farm insurance commercial's like, "Please don't kill me. I have kids and like a wife." And then like Ben Affleck's like, "Are you a good man?" He's like, "No, I'm not a good man." He goes, "Are you a good father?" He's like, I've failed a lot of things, but I've always been a good dad." And then like Ben Affleck lets him live. But like that scene, dude, like when you're like alone and like you're thinking about like your dad, dude, like it like makes me tear up. I'm like, that's the fucking State Farm guy. He's like making me cry. That guy deserved a fucking Oscar for that little like.
Dude's been around in just like movies forever though.
Yeah,
like,
what's the one with him and Tom Hanks? Like Gold Diggers or something like that. The Lady Killers or something.
Lady Killers.
God,
So good.
He's in Lady Killers?
Yeah, he has like irritable bowel syndrome and he like shits himself all the time. Oh, that's a good one.
But Whiplash.
Okay, so Whiplash.
so good.
I'm sorry, yeah, tell me about it.
No,
He's
no,
a
I think
jazz
we were talking
drummer?
about movies. It's a fucking great movie.
So wait, what's your favorite movie?
Of all time?
Yeah.
It's
What's your
so hard.
favorite
It's so
scary
difficult.
movie?
It's so difficult.
Okay,
But
Ryan.
I can give you like a few tops.
Okay,
You know?
give me top 3. Give me top 3.
Braveheart.
Dude, sick.
Right. You can't not. I mean, it's got everything. It's got everything for everyone.
Yeah.
It's got everything for everyone. Princess Bride.
I'm not into it.
It's not because it's an amazing movie.
Okay. Andre the Giant?
Sure, he's great. It's not because it's amazing. It's because I grew up on it. I grew up on. It's just like I don't like. What's that shitty movie you say is so good all the time? Oh yeah, there's a poster right there. The Goonies.
Oh yeah.
Bullshit movie.
neighbors ain't dying.
Yeah, I hate
It's a
that.
great
Do you not
movie.
like Goonies?
I'm okay
Please,
with it.
it's not that great though, right? It's like a whatever.
I like it because like I was born in Oregon and that movie's filmed in Oregon.
You were born in Oregon? I
know all
love
of them?
Oregon.
Dude, me too, man.
What part of Oregon were you born in?
Let's finish your top 3 favorite movies and jump into that.
Yeah,
Ryan.
fuck you. Don't talk about
Yeah,
the
Ryan,
Goonies.
you jump into stuff like that.
Yeah,
You can't
fuck
do that,
your
man. I've learned this
But
from
the
Joe.
Goonies
I've learned
is
this from
kinda-
Joe Rogan a little bit.
The
I know the
Goonies is
podcast.
kind of like I feel like everyone loves the Goonies, and I watched it. I didn't watch it when I was an adult, and I was
Yeah.
like, objectively, this movie's not good. It's fine. It's
Wait,
like
you
whatever.
didn't watch it till you're an adult?
I watched it at like 18.
It's like that's exactly like somebody who doesn't go to Disneyland until they're like 18.
That
And they
I
don't
didn't go
get
to
it.
Disneyland until I was 20, and
It was
love
still amazing.
Oh, it's still
because Disneyland's
incredible.
amazing, right?
And that's
Yeah.
Do you go
totally
World
fair.
or Land? Oh, you probably Land. 'cause you're an
I've been to both. I've literally been to both, and every time I've gone, it's been for free. Shout out to Pat. Who's
Pat hooked me up.
Pat, I don't know. Pat's like in a big band now. I can't remember his band name now. I don't know what it's called, but
They're big?
He's a big deal.
Real big, real big.
He's a big deal.
Super big.
I don't really pay attention. That's
like free Disneyland big.
Yeah, that's pretty
well,
big.
it's because he used to work there. So okay, so
My wife used to work at Disneyland.
you got yourself a keeper, man. Don't ever lose that.
She doesn't now though. She got fired.
10 minutes ago, you were telling her to divorce him.
I'm not telling him to divorce her again. I'm just,
I had to pick a,
Now that I know this Disneyland fact.
no, if I had to pick a third, that's
Yeah,
hard.
pick a
So
third.
everyone, no, that's the top 3.
okay,
You were
what's
only
the
able to do
what's
Brave-
one movie that's on TV? and
Braveheart,
you're like,
Princess Bride.
What else?
That's your only top
Those are my
movies?
definitely top 2. Like
Oh,
if I,
well, so Braveheart. Okay, but you're not.
Braveheart,
you don't
Princess
like
Bride.
movies.
Goonies bullshit.
Yeah, okay.
It's like whatever. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm really, really picky with movies.
Okay.
Thank you, Kevin. He says Goonie does suck. I appreciate that.
Kevin's an asshole.
Whatever.
Kevin breeds stingrays for a living.
He what?
Breeds stingrays.
Why am I on the show? Why isn't he on the
He's in
show?
Utah.
Whatever. I get
It's
it.
a long drive. You know?
Geography.
Maps.
I mean, there's so many movies that I love. I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
Okay. Oh, well, that works. Star Wars.
Star Wars, like as a concept.
Yeah, me too. I
Star
love
Wars is a concept, not like one specific Star Wars movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought the new one was good, dude. The Last Jedi.
Last Jedi was fine.
I was stoked.
I mean, I enjoyed a lot of it.
But dude, I like Homeboy.
But you know what I like better than Last Jedi?
Who's that?
Solo.
Dude, I'm ready for that, son.
Have you not seen it?
Is it out already?
Like 6 months ago.
Wait, the Han Solo movie came out already?
Yeah.
Yeah. A while ago.
A while ago. And
Christmas-ish.
the reviews were awful,
Maybe that's why I didn't hear
but it
about
was so good.
I didn't know it came out.
It was better than Last Jedi.
Okay.
It wasn't as good as The Force Awakens.
Dude, because I like Home Dude.
Han Solo.
No. I like him. He's cool too. But what's
Kylo Ren.
Yeah, dude, Kylo Ren.
Oh, yeah. Kylo Ren in Last Jedi specifically was really good.
Dude, the kid's powerful.
Dude, that
He's a
scene, like the
savage.
red scene.
He's a savage, man. Even in the first one, he's like throwing those tantrums, just like slicing shit up. I'm like,
It's a whole other character. I hated him at first.
no one liked him. I think I was probably the only dude who liked him.
He grew on me. He grew on
I
me.
liked him right at first when he comes out and he's got the mask on.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
that was
I didn't
cool.
like
He's
him
like,
then.
yo, I'm about to fuck your bitch.
I didn't
As
like
soon
him
as he
because I was
turned
like, he's
off the-
trying to be Darth Vader. But as soon as
That's
he
his
let
hero,
that guard
man.
down
Yeah.
and realized like he wants to be Darth Vader, but he'll never be
He's
as
gonna
cool
be
Darth
greater
Vader.
than Darth
And
Vader.
he's just throwing tantrums and fucking shit up because he can't
Like Darth
get
Vader was like
mentally
his
to that
god,
level.
you know?
Yeah, and he feel like he can't get to that level mentally. And
Dude.
that's what made him a good character.
Dude, that kid's a savage, dude. That kid's all I love. Like he had the scar, and like when and then you find out the scar under his chest. Like man, boy got sliced.
Dude, that's good.
Oh, he's awesome. He's savage. Okay, Ryan, top 3 favorite movies.
All
Some
right.
bullshit movies probably.
You know, some stupid ass shit.
I've got I've got
Goonies is
mine
probably
are like in genre. a
Producers
little
for
bit.
Dummies 101. On
So
DVD.
favorite
Straight to DVD.
favorite like sci-fi
I like sci-fi.
is gonna be
Sci-fi.
The Matrix.
Dude, yeah, that's
Matrix is an amazing movie.
yeah, you can't go wrong
Yeah,
with that.
sure.
Okay, next.
Indisputably great.
Sick.
Sure. That's kind of a cop out answer, but whatever.
Favorite, I don't know. I guess it's a drama technically, but it's not really what you think of a drama.
Let's
It's
hear it. We'll figure it
Stand
out.
by Me.
Oh yeah, the kids
Blech.
die, don't they?
No, they don't die. They go after a dead.
But doesn't
They're trying
one
to find
kid
a dead
die?
Body.
Well, I mean, they're going after.
Oh
to
wait,
look at
I'm
a dead
thinking
body.
of My Girl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that kid dies.
I've got sunshine.
That song sucks. Anyways,
It's called That's My Girl.
I
yeah,
Stand
no, I
by
know
Me,
what
I was
song
not-
it is.
not
I
a
know
huge
what the
fan.
movie.
I know
I didn't say
that's
I liked the
bullshit.
movie. Okay, I'm just
You
saying.
just said they
Macaulay
died.
Culkin. Okay, so Stand by Me. Yeah,
It's a great movie.
Blech.
The train tracks. The train's coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sick.
Exactly.
The only good scene in the movie.
Boys, they're back in town.
The Goonies is my favorite when it comes to. I don't know what to call that. It's like an action adventure kids movie.
When it comes to movies you grew up on that you
Genre.
like because
Yeah.
you're contractually obligated to do so.
Yeah, that's
Plus,
cool.
like I love adventure. I love exploring things. Like it's all about exploring in a cave, which is funny that you would reject it because
We have
him and I
explored caves.
kind of
Okay.
became friends exploring caves.
Abandoned mine shafts, really.
Yeah, and I love.
I was gonna
love
say a
it.
really bad joke, but my girlfriend's gonna listen to this podcast.
Like a real gay joke.
No, I was gonna say it had to do with like caves and his sister and you being her husband and exploring. And
Sure, sure.
I'll leave it to your guys' imagination.
I'd explore that.
And I have.
There you go. You guys did the joke. Okay, now
Doubt
I feel
it.
now I feel better. Doubt it.
My
We've been married to
sister,
almost 4 years.
my sister is a virgin still.
Yeah, she lives a complete celibate life.
Right.
Okay, so you Matrix, Stand by Me, and Goonies.
Goonies. I don't know. Those are top 3 though. I feel like I'm more of a.
think it's-
Each genre has a top.
Okay.
You know
But
what
I'm just
saying?
asking for
Comedy
top 3.
is
I can't go
Anchorman.
into.
He
we
doesn't
can't
want,
go into
want all those
genres.
details of your
Yeah,
life.
it's
Ryan.
already
Yeah.
9 o'clock. We can't go into genres right now.
All right. Well, then Anchorman has got to get into that top 3.
Okay,
So let's go Matrix, Anchorman, Stand by Me.
I like that.
I'll roll with
That's
that.
solid.
So what about you, though?
Okay, dude. My favorite movie.
If you don't say Tombstone, then I don't know why you have that.
My
to
favorite
say.
movie is Tombstone.
Okay.
Favorite movie of all time. I could like quote you that movie.
8 Seconds has got to be in there, right?
No, it's not.
Just really wrote
Because
a
it's not
top
historic.
stereotyping
It's not
it.
historically accurate.
enough.
And
And
who knows?
Alice in Wonderland because of the Mad Hatter.
No, see what is that? That's like such a no.
Such a
It's
bullshit hat
probably
joke.
it's probably Tombstone. Hell or High Water. And Drive.
Drive was intense.
I have that jacket.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's a cool jacket.
It's a good jacket. It's a good jacket. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Drive is real intense. Like I
Oh,
didn't,
that's
I
a
didn't
good
think,
movie.
I didn't
Dude.
think I would like Drive. Then I watched it the whole time. You're just like glued. It's glued to the screen.
Dude, the music in that movie is just incredible. It's great. Yeah, but the book is better. But like,
Oh, you're one of them. The book is better, guys.
dude, okay.
Oh.
Here's this. Let me just give you an excerpt from this book, okay?
Okay.
In the
It better
movie,
be word for word. I'm gonna check later.
I'm not gonna do it for you. In the movie, you have some great scenes, right?
Okay.
You have like the hammer scene. You have like him stomping on a dude's face scene.
I was like seeing him put on his glove.
Yeah, the driving gloves. Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, there's a scene in the book, a passage, if you will, in the book where he he like walks out of his like favorite Mexican restaurant. Like in the movie, they make him like not talk, but in the
Yeah.
book he talks. He's like a normal dude, right? But you don't know his name. You just know his name is Driver.
They got Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling can't talk.
Yeah, you can't.
He just
talk.
looks his
He
best
has
when
to
he's
look.
smoldering
He has to
and
look
not
just
talking.
fucking beautiful like the
So
entire
in,
time.
he did, that comedy movie did great. Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh, great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, anyways, in the book, he like walks out of his like favorite Mexican restaurant, and these dudes are like leaning against his car, and he was like, "All right," and he gets one of his keys in the middle of his. He like it says like Driver like puts one key in between his like middle finger and ring finger.
Oh, my
sticking
dad
out.
taught me to do that.
Yeah, your dad's smart. And is this gonna be on TV?
Yeah, yeah, it will
So,
be.
dude, so he like walks up, and the dude's like, "Is this your car?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he just freaking socks this dude in the throat with his key.
In the throat?
In the throat. And then it's like the man struggles on his own blood, like trying to find his breath. And it's like Driver gets in his car, starts it, drives away, looks in the rearview mirror and thinks about stopping. But he's like, but they don't learn. They never learn. And it's like chapter 7. Like that's how the freaking chapter ends, dude.
That's
And
cool.
you're like,
That's pretty cool.
"Woo."
Does
Yeah.
they only call him Driver throughout the movie? He never has a name.
Yeah, he never. He
For the
hasn't-
book, you mean?
In the book, yeah. Always Driver, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's solid, dude. I'm trying to think of like some other movies that I'm like really enjoying at the moment. I'm gonna move this right here so I can see you. There you go.
on purpose.
Yeah.
So we got Driver, we got Tombstone,
Tombstone, Hell or High Water.
Hell or High Water,
But dude, there's this movie called Wind River.
Wind River.
Yeah, it's just by this certain director, Tyler Sheridan. He's like a writer
Never heard of
director dude. He's freaking awesome, man. He's just got some Sicario. Have you seen Sicario?
No, I've heard of it. I heard I'm
Dude,
supposed to watch it.
he wrote, I don't know if he wrote it or directed Sicario, but man, that dude just, everything he's putting out is just on fire right now. It's like very Western-esque kind of. I grew up watching Westerns, you know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Like, I don't know, it's like
your family watching?
Yeah, like John Wayne was on, like some, like Rio Bravo or, whatever, Cowboys or something, some John Wayne movie. And my dad would just kind of like, oh, you gotta watch this is great with John Wayne,
My dad was on to westerns too.
Yeah.
But I never watched any with him.
See, like, well, my
He didn't force me to. He should have forced me to watch one.
Yeah, I'm gonna force my daughter to watch Western. Like, you gotta watch this Western. It's John Wayne.
You got to make her.
Like McClintock, all those like great John Wayne movies are so good. But like my grandfather, my grandma, she just passed last year. But whenever we were at, she lived in Oregon too, by the way.
nice.
So like whenever we were over at her house, like hanging out, the Western Channel would be on like all day, and like so me and my grandpa and like whatever my brothers, we'd all just kind of we're on vacation, we're just sitting out hanging out, and it was just like my grandma would drop me off the skate park, I'd come home, and I would just like watch Westerns with my grandfather, and like grandma would just like make dinner or like make us a sandwich, like, you guys want a sandwich? We're like, hell yeah.
Who doesn't want a sandwich?
Who doesn't want a sandwich or coffee? My grandma always had
sandwich right
coffee
now.
made.
That's good. Great grandma.
Dude,
Good
she
grandma.
was, man. She was so rad, and she was just, I don't know why I'm saying this, but on our tour, we did a tour last summer with like 2 months, for 2 months with He Is Legend. If you guys,
I've heard of them.
dude, so good, so good. And actually, Andrew, our guitar player, is playing guitar for He Is Legend right now. Excuse me. But we were going to I-5 in California, and she used to live like Southern Oregon.
Yeah.
And I called her and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" She's like, "I'm just hanging out." I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna be at your house in like an hour." And she's like,
Have
"Oh my
sandwiches
God."
ready.
Yeah, dude. She was, "All right, cool, sounds good." She we got there and she had strawberry shortcake waiting for us.
Nice.
Nice.
And I got to give her our record that had just come out. I'm like,
That's
"Hey,
cool.
Here you go." And she had a picture of like my very first like talent show of me playing guitar. And I had like
That's super cool.
Thundercats t-shirt on, like red chucks. I didn't know how to play guitar at the time. I still don't know how to play guitar really, but yeah, it was just really, really cool to. You have a grandma who like supports you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but when that person is like dies, it's like such a brutal. It's like such a brutal thing. You know what I mean? You're like, God, that sucks. That was like I think that was the first time I ever felt like true loss. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've had people die, like whatever, like your neighbor dies or your friend dies, whatever. Yeah, fuck them. you know. But like when
He
your
used to
grandma
bang
like
on
when
my
you-
door and tell me to turn the music down.
Yeah, but like when your grandma dies and like you're close to them, it's
Yeah.
like, oh man, it was such a harsh blow that like just really takes the wind out of. I think that was the first time I really felt grief, you know. But like, you kind of have those memories of like, man, I'm so stoked that I got to see her and like surprise her, and like she never listened to my record, right? She's just like, it's Gage's band, all him and his stinky friends.
Right, and she doesn't get it. Right, she doesn't get your music at all, right?
No, yeah, I mean now, yeah, for real, right? You know. But now she's she's dead. But like, but she was always supportive. You know what I mean? And that's what's cool. So like, I remember I'd always call my grandma like, I'd call like every other week or so or something, just to like shoot the shit with grandma. She's like, what's going on with your band? I'm like, oh, I'm recording this record. She's like, that's so nice, honey. Like that's so good. It's like so great that you're doing your thing, you know. It's like, man, it's always rad when your grandma's like super supportive of you, because everyone else can tell you you're crazy, right? Like being a producer, starting this podcast, whatever it is, right? Like, dude, why are you gonna waste your time? Like,
You don't know what I do.
yeah, whatever, right? Like, but I think it's like those people that like push you and are like, I'm proud of you, that's rad. Like those people, you're like, yeah, that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's that.
That's dope.
That's sick. Grandmas are dope, fool.
We have an important question.
I was gonna say it feels time now.
Fuck yeah. All right, let's do it.
I told you I had to wait for the right time, and I knew this was the right time.
Okay.
I'm
felt it.
glad you.
Is someone
brought
writing some bullshit on there?
No, he says someone says Jeep Girl says you say both, like Ryan with L's.
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
Both.
That's what you say.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Both.
Both of them.
Both of them feels wrong. Both.
Both.
When
Yeah.
you enunciate it like that,
She was betrothed.
It's more of a slurred word. Both.
She was betrothed.
Both
That
of them.
bitch be
Both.
betrothed, man.
Both of them.
betrothed up in here.
They both be betrothed, them bitches.
Both of them.
Well,
Here's the deal.
all right.
Both.
This is not a regular question.
Okay.
This
We have a very important question.
that's a serious question.
This is the Psy podcast.
All right. Yeah, I'll be like, All right. Hurry up. What is it?
No, this is a question you can't answer from your brain.
Oh, Jesus.
This is a question you have to answer from your soul.
Okay.
Okay.
I like where this is going.
Well, here's the deal. You can't take time to come up with your answer. It has to be just right out of you.
You can't think about
Like
it
that.
at all.
And we can tell if you're thinking.
All right.
We've seen people pause before.
Okay.
we
had
know
one
that
person
shit.
who had said, I have no answer.
Okay.
And we said, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
you gotta have an answer.
Dare you.
Get your ass out of here, goddammit.
Because this is not, I mean,
We ran them off.
Yeah. All right.
so here's the deal.
I'm not going to look at you. I'm look at the camera while you ask me.
If you had
cool.
to choose,
And
and you do. You do.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Now, before you jump right into it,
It's something you gotta kind of ease into because I don't know if you're ready. He takes the hat off. The $12 million hat.
That's a free hat. It's like a $5 hat.
Okay.
you really gotta not think.
Yeah.
Just
like for real.
let
Like,
it come
I
out.
want to know what's deep in your soul. This is really what
So,
defines
like,
a man.
Remember back.
Or woman.
Remember back to school. It's
Oh,
like
gee,
that.
Don't get me started on that stupid school.
Whatever. Just the first thought that comes. Go with it.
So if you had to choose, and you do,
Yeah.
I'm like getting anxiety right now. I really don't like this.
Don't have anxiety.
Yeah, it's
gotta
okay. It'll
free
be
your mind.
okay.
Can the podcast be over after this question? Because I really don't want to be here anymore.
just starting.
Clear your mind.
Yeah.
Can I go outside and have a cigarette right now? Or? All right, hurry up. What is the question?
So if you had to choose,
Okay.
and you do,
all right.
what would you say is your favorite kind of turtle?
Snapping turtle.
Snap. I feel like we get that answer more than any other answer.
That is the most popular
Fuck
answer.
it. I'm going to do a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
You already said it came from your heart.
Oh.
See, that was from your teenage was from your mind. Snapping was from your heart.
Well, I think Snapping Turtle's the only turtle that I know of.
Okay, bonus round.
All right.
If you had to pick your favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle,
sure.
which
Yeah,
would you
that's
pick?
important.
Donatello.
Hell yeah,
Obviously.
bitch!
Obviously.
Which one is
All
he?
Donatello
We're
men
all
around
Donatello.
here.
Which one is he again? The orange,
Ugh.
the red one?
What?
What?
Purple.
Purple.
The
That's
stick.
just the
He had
only
he
name
had
you
the
knew,
stick.
isn't it?
Yeah, well, almost a Michelangelo. I was like, he has the sword. It's kind of boring.
He's the size.
sick, dude. Fuck yeah.
God.
I'm about that.
Leonardo has a sword.
What are you doing?
Michelangelo has.
Oh, Michelangelo has the size.
No.
sorry.
Raphael.
Hey, you know
has
what?
the
Fuck
size.
you guys. You assholes don't even know.
You confused me. You threw
Fuck
me
your
off.
question.
Raphael
Fuck your
size,
question.
Michelangelo nunchucks.
Fuck your question.
Leonardo
That's
sword.
stupid.
The point is he chose snapping control, the basic bitch kind of answer. I'm not gonna
Listen,
lie.
okay, listen. Here,
Snap.
listeners, this is all you need to listen. This is all you really knew about is here's the real question. Dave Grohl
Yeah.
playing drums
Yeah.
in Nirvana or Queens of the Stone Age? Go.
Nirvana.
Go.
Nirvana.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying though.
Where are you?
Well, Nirvana, but
Obvi-
still.
obvious. I've never really got as into Queen of Stone Age.
What's wrong with you, dude?
I like Queen of Stone Age. It just never was like the thing for me, you know?
Dude, Queen of the Stone Age is so good though.
They are good. They are so good.
Okay,
But
okay,
Nirvana was the more of a thing for me.
Yeah, I love Nirvana. I'm like Kurt Cobain is.
Did you watch Montage of Heck?
Yeah,
It was not that good,
It
right?
was
I was really
cool,
disappointed.
Like, but I own "If You Read This, You'll Judge," which is just his journal, and I was like, oh, okay, it's just like his journal,
Yeah.
and I've already read that, so I'm
Sure.
like, whatever. It was cool, but I mean, like, dude, soaked in bleach though. Have you seen
I haven't
Soaked in
seen
Bleach?
that.
They're talking about how allegedly Courtney Love could have killed him.
I 100% believe she did. I don't even need evidence. You could just like slightly insinuate that happened and be like, that's probably true. That bitch be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, she's crazy, all right.
Have you seen With the Lights Out, It's Less Dangerous?
No, what is that one?
You
How
know,
have
I think you just took a random lyric and made that shit up.
I just made it up.
Oh, you're an asshole. I was like, no, I've seen almost every. I was like, I've seen like almost every.
Contagious.
Yeah.
But that would be a great documentary name, though, right? With the Lights Out.
Yeah, but there's a book called Here We Are Now that's about Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, Here I has a better lyric choice.
Yeah, Here We Are Now. And that's, I read
No,
that.
With the Lights Out is a great name.
Dude, there's this amazing exhibit, Nirvana exhibit at the EMT building in Seattle.
Oh, yeah?
Dude, God, it was so rad. I think it was called like it's called like Nirvana Bringing Punk to the Masses. And dude, like, it was so cool to just see like the green sweater he wore in Smells Like Teen Spirit music video, and like just seeing like his Jag Stang and all his guitars.
He invented the Jag thing.
Yeah,
right?
if you read this, you'll judge his journal. You can see the sketches he had.
That's so cool.
It's so sick.
So that
dude.
became such an iconic thing. And they're producing Jag Stangs now.
They don't. No, they didn't.
No, they came out with a line like 2 years ago of Jag Stangs.
I think the last one they did was in 2006.
I swear it was like recent.
They
Maybe I'm completely off. I could be
Well,
completely wrong.
Fender put out some offset guitars recently.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's
They,
not the
offsets
Jag
become
Stang.
the new thing for a while. But
Yeah, but like
I thought they came with Jag Stang. Oh, Jag Stang's such a cool guitar. Though.
it's a sick guitar, dude. Yeah, he made that and like, excuse me, but they like, dude, they're on their press kit that they sent to labels. You know,
Yeah.
it said, it's what it say. It's like, it's not what it say. It's like, it's not God, it's not the devil, but as sure as hell ain't human. Nirvana, and that was a cover of their press kit that they
That's
like
cool.
sent out to everyone. And but like Kurt Cobain's like my hero, and I
How old are you? 28?
28, yeah.
Okay,
That's
so you've
good.
already passed the 27 mark, so you're fine.
Yeah. If I was gonna kill myself, I'd do it like 6
Yeah,
months
so
ago.
so now we don't want to worry about that. Cool. You're
no,
cool.
I'm
You're cool.
here now. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm just kidding.
A year ago, I had
know.
my
I was just
chance.
I
joking.
You
feel
really
a little
blew
worried
it.
for you after, like, you're reading these suicide notes before you're recording. You're about 27.
Well, he was getting ready for 27. But
Yeah,
then
well,
now he's
dude, like-
past it. He lost his chance.
Think back then, though, man. Like I was like in a super shitty place. Like I was in a really shitty place, just emotionally and stuff. And even like before I was going to like write the record, I didn't know what I was even gonna write about, you know. And I was talking to my counselor, a student named Al, who lives out here. He's like, that dude like saved my life, you know. And I'd be like, dude, I'm about to go to the studio like next week. I don't know what I'm gonna sing about. And he was like, well, I think you have a lot you could that he and I processed, you know.
Yeah.
And
You're making my life too good. I have no more angst to sing about.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, I kind of messed up. So yeah, he kind of helped me like find my path, in writing and what I wanted to write about, I don't think he would condone how I went about writing the lyrics, like in that kind of setting.
Sure, it's kind of self-destructive setting.
Yeah, but I wanted to be in that and be in that mode. Like all the things I wrote about, like there's a song on the record called like Deathbed Chimes, and it's about, you know, like struggling like with like believing in God, if I do believe in God, if I don't, you know, and like it's like, well, if everybody like can go to heaven, like why don't we all just like kill ourselves and go to heaven? Like that's like literally like the you know, like thinking that, right? And I was like, man, I sometimes I wish I had the balls to go out and do that, right? Because like everyone gets to go to heaven and be with Jesus or whatever, you know. And then obviously, thank God I didn't do that, you know. But there's like that's why I have the outlet of the band,
Yeah,
right?
Otherwise, you wouldn't be here on this show.
To sing it, I get to sing about all the messed up stuff that I want to, you know. And that's very, like, but that's therapeutic for me, is to go in there and like to get dark, to like say the stuff that I feel like other people would be scared to sing about.
Outlet.
Yeah, for real. And there's my favorite song on the record is the one called Touch. That's the one we're gonna exit with, whatever that you listen to. Like that song is about me being molested when I was a little boy, you know. And I didn't have this outlet. I didn't know how to like talk to him about that. And Al was the first dude I ever told about that, you know. And so I remember writing. Oh no, I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. I remember like I had the idea of writing Touch, and I knew I just told him, I was like, I want the song to be called Touch. And he was like, that is crazy. He's like, do it, like whatever, do whatever you want to do. He's like, but you need to know, like, that's going to open so many doors, like writing on that subject, you know, of like sexual assault, child molestation, you know. And
how long ago was this when you wrote it?
When I wrote that song?
How long ago?
A year and a half ago now.
Okay, because was that was on the last album?
Yeah, that was
the year ago album.
Yeah, because the record just turned 1. Yeah. So, but I remember like recording that song, and there's like this like really soft part where I like do this like really like intense like whispering part where just the music kind of like dies out, and I go, touch me. I say touch me, like whispering, and I knew I wanted to get like a certain response from the song, right? And I remember our producer Matt, like when I finished recording that song, we were done, I was like, dude, that felt great. Like my last take, I was like, I love it. I think it sounds sick. And Matt just goes, yeah, I don't really, I feel dirty.
And you're like, you should.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, he goes, that song was really like fucked up, man. And I was like, yeah, like it is, like that's what I wanted, right? Like, and that was, it felt awesome to like record that song, you know what I mean? Like, cause that's the outlet, you know. Yeah. And but we printed some shirts with some of the lyrics on it, and it like at the end of the song it says you are not alone, we'll see this through, you'll learn to trust again even though they crushed you. And it says, you are not alone, we'll see this through, we will crush the crowns of those who touched you. And on the back of this shirt it had like all these like like these skulls like that, like impaled, like with like wearing like crowns.
Damn.
And on the back it just says, we will crush the crowns of those who touched you. And we were playing this festival, this like Christian festival of all things, and this girl was like, hey, what's this song about? Like what's the, like, what is this in a song that you guys have? And I was like, yeah, it's in this new song of this a record that's coming out, and the song's called Touch. And she like looked at me and goes, my uncle molested me from like 10 to like till I was like 16, and just like that, just like started crying and like hugged me. And I was like, oh, holy crap! Like I may have like opened a can of worms like with this thing, you know. But I was stoked that she had never even heard the song before, and she just read literally one line from that song, and it like touched her that much, right? Like she was like, oh my God, I'm not alone in this, you know? And I was like, man, if that girl is the only girl to ever listen to that song, I've done my job. Like the record itself has totally served its purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like just with that one interaction that I've had like with that girl. And what's been rad is since the record has been released, there's been multiple people that have like come forward and been like, hey, like, dude, this song, like my dad, this random guy at a party, like all this crazy stuff.
That's crazy.
It's so wild, man, just to be like, dang, like my little story, you know, that I just kind of was like, you know what, fuck it, I don't even care. I'm just gonna, like, we had questions. We were like, man, I don't know if the label's even gonna put this song out because it's so, like,
heavy.
know? Yeah, like lyric content. But the whole, I try to get the whole record to be that.
And where did they fall on it? Where does the label chime in for you?
Nothing really, man. Like, that's why I love Solid State. They kind of let us do whatever we want, you know. Like, we wrote that song, and I was like, I sent the lyrics in. I'm like, hey, here are the lyrics to the record, you know. And there's like other like lines on it, because, you know, I think Solid State's more of like a predominantly kind of somewhat Christian label, you know. Like some bands are very Christian, whatever, and I think we kind of started in that, and then we've moved away as we've gotten older from that, you know. But I like, there's a line that says like, I can't forgive you and God no longer hears my prayers. Like, there's all,
Which you're sending into a predominantly Christian label.
yeah,
That's like a rough lyric to send in.
yeah, for real, you know. And I mean, even dude, in like Enemies to Everyone, right? It's like, it says, I hate the thought of you, I hate the thought, and it just says like, I hate you, and it just repeats like, I hate you. You know, that's not very Christ-like. You know, as Ryan and I would know, we both went to ministry school. But and we both failed ministry school, by the way.
We did fail.
We both failed. We did not pass a non-credited ministry school. But we were always late, hanging out, smoking cigarettes in the parking lot.
Did we ever smoke together?
Yeah, we used to like a couple times. Then like the teacher Alan was like, "Hey man, you can't smoke here. This is a school." And I was like, "I can't."
Oh really? Oh, I was better at hiding. He never.
Yeah.
He never talked to me.
Oh no, because I would sit in like the steps of the church and smoke.
Oh,
like
I
would
like-
just be like sitting there having a
I
cigarette.
went down the street and like parked in the parking lot.
Well, you have a lot
that
of
no one could
practice with
see.
that.
Shame.
Yeah, I'm a good.
Shame.
Because you worked with kids a lot at the
Yeah.
church like in San Diego, so you can't just open
Yeah.
it.
So
you know,
I was good at hiding, and so I'd smoke somewhere no one would see. And then I have 7KC.
obviously. You know about 7KC, right?
Yeah.
The frick is
Oh
7K?
man, that's your problem. You need 7KC in your
If
life.
only you had 7KC.
So 7KC is
confused.
Burberry for Men cologne.
Oh hell yeah, no son, I got that. No, I got that. I got a different clone. It's called like Whiskey 1908 or something.
Whiskey Pete. So one day,
Whiskey Pete.
one day, me and
This
Jory were
asshole.
like in the car smoking some cigarettes, and then I went in to
Bryson.
like go do sound at church,
Back when I used to smoke.
and I like
No, I just vape.
I sprayed
You're an
sprayed
asshole.
myself with my Burberry for Men
Vaping's for
cologne
bitches.
right before I went in, and the bass player came up to me. He's
Give me
like,
a cigarette. I'm gonna let my cigarette in
he's
here.
like,
Ash
he's like,
this
dude,
can.
dude, you smell so good. And I was like, really? Because I should smell like 7,000 cigarettes right
That's
now.
called tobacco.
And that's where we came up with the name, 7,000
7KC,
cigarettes,
because it
7K.
masks the
C.
scent of 7,000 cigarettes.
Yeah. So anyway, get yourself
7KC.
some Burberry for Men. Alan won't talk to you anymore.
I won't talk to you anymore. Dude, yeah, he like came up to me and like I remember he like prayed for me.
To not smoke.
He's like, how long have you been smoking for? I was like, I don't know, since I was like 16. I've been like, you know, smoking and dipping. And
I can't do dip.
You're
That's
such
too
a damn
much.
cowboy.
Doing dip. Where my $700
Riding
But I like-
balls with a custom hat.
I like lose like my cowboy like esque because like when I go to the coffee, like my coffee shop,
vanilla latte with an extra
I'm
shot.
like ice and a latte shot, ice Cuban, you know, like crema, you know, whatever.
But
Yeah.
the
It's like let me spend
Is
$5.
there a cowboy coffee? This is just coffee.
It's a black.
Black.
Coffee. I'm sure it's
Yeah.
black coffee.
That's
Yeah.
what I drink.
Yeah.
Maybe I
Well,
have
like-
heard that cowboy hat.
Yeah, you gotta get that cowboy hat, son.
Folgers black
Yeah,
with an extra shot of Folgers.
yeah. Extra shot of dip spit, like there's some like Levi Garrett in that thing.
Oh, God. Make
but-
it in the kettle, please.
Yeah,
On a wood burning
on
stove.
a wood burning stove. But yeah, he like,
All of a sudden, it's becoming way more hipster.
Yeah.
So hipsters definitely
Yeah.
order it like, can I get the
drip?
wood roasted drip black dip coffee?
dude,
Folgers.
my girl, man,
Folgers.
my freaking girl, she
Folgers
does.
Plus.
My girl does like the drip coffee thing. Like I don't know anything about it.
I got the patience.
Dude, she does it, man, and like she whips that shit up, and I'm like, damn, that is some good coffee.
Wait, drip coffee or like
Pour
over?
over.
Okay.
I'm not East Nashville enough for this
Yeah,
podcast.
drip
Like,
coffee is
You have the East
like
National
your
haircut.
drip coffee
this is like Brad Pitt
our
from
parents'
Fury.
coffee machine. You
Brad
press
That's East
start.
Nashville.
I hate you.
That's my goal. If you don't have anybody in the show, I did a bad
Jerry's turning
job.
into a Jerry. He's being a real Jerry right now.
Fuck you, Jerry.
But dude, yeah, Alan was like, "Hey, how long have you been smoking for?" I was like, "I don't know, like forever." And he's like, "Let me pray for you." Like, let me
You're like, but I really like to smoke. I want to keep doing
It
it.
was like this weird thing of like, let me like pray the gay away kind of thing. I was like, oh wait, let me pray the the nicotine addiction out of your body. And he did, and I was like, okay, thanks.
When he immediately smoked a pack.
And he was like, and I like remember like I was like, oh, you're like, here's this pack of cigarettes.
You like give it to him.
And there was like 3 left, and I remember like
$8.
I remember when I left, I like got in my truck and just like opened another pack of cigarettes and like drove away smoking a cigarette. Like I was like, oh, that didn't work.
That reminds me kind of back when. So we went to a church in San Diego,
Yeah.
which
The Church
I'm
of
not trying to say
Scientology?
anything, I'm not trying to say not the Church of Scientology. I'm not trying to say
a
anything bad.
different cult?
I'm not trying to say anything bad about the church,
Sure.
but some people from the church started going to this bar every week, Main Tavern.
Sinners.
And it became this thing, and it became this thing, and they started going first. I eventually started going.
I was
as
part
well.
of this group.
Yeah, he was part of the group.
Well, you and I used to drink beer together in ministry school. So, like,
I started going to
whatever.
this church, and it became like this like weekly regular thing where a bunch of dudes went, and it was like this whole
Communion.
thing until like now I could be a little wrong on the details from what I understand though.
Did some karaoke.
One of the it's karaoke. One of the pastors was like, I'm uncomfortable, or I don't want you guys to be going to this bar every week after college group or whatever.
Why did they get to like? Why did they get to like
No,
say
to
that?
my knowledge,
I was told it was said to John.
yeah, to my knowledge, it was not the group. It was just one person
was an intern at the church.
who worked for the church. That he said,
He like signed a waiver or something.
well,
Like, I will not
well, you
drink.
did. I
under
mean,
the
he
umbrella of
did
God.
like sign a thing that was probably
Signed
had
away his
that
whole
had
life.
various rules on it, but
Yeah.
it
Lots
was
of
the
rules,
guy
always the
who
rules.
worked for the church was asked not to like go there anymore.
Yeah, God.
And that
hates
kind of
bars.
just that kind of like
God
destroyed
is
the
not,
whole.
Yeah, God's not in bars, dude.
Kind of destroyed the whole group. Kind of fell apart, except me and Ryan, who continued to go for like 4.
Except you and Ryan,
Then we
like,
started-
fuck them. We'll go
Well, I
drink.
we
wasn't-
went for
I didn't-
5 more years.
We went like
Praise God.
like
hand me
3 to
another
4.
one.
We went like 3 to 4 times a week for like years. My name is literally on the wall.
See, that's sick though, man. Like that right there. Like, okay, that's just a cool memory, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna go back to that bar. Like, do you have kids?
Nah, we
Okay.
have a rabbit, which is apparently we're gonna turn into a hat now.
There you go. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah! I hate
Fucking
that.
hate that rabbit.
Like, one thing I love about that I've toured and the things I've done in my life, and even like my girlfriend, she's like traveled. She's this amazing chef. She's had this awesome life. It's like being able to tell my kid, like, dude, okay, if you go to this whatever venue, you're gonna see the sticker on the wall. That's your dad's band. Like, whatever, right? Like, it's stupid, you know? In the grand scheme of life, like, no one's gonna care. But the fact that it's like, yeah, my name is on this wall in the bar. It's like, it's just fun.
What's up, Bryson?
It's fun. What's up, Bryson?
We said hi to him like 15 minutes ago.
Oh, you did?
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
All right. Well,
Now I have said hi too, and so
Bryson's
is
from
Gage.
the UK.
oh,
He's a British dude. He has a YouTube channel doing game and stuff.
sick.
Bryson
Speaking
B.
to Deutsch.
To
He's from
speak of Deutsch.
England, not Germany.
It's all the same.
All right, it's all the same. Yeah, fuck him.
Just kidding. Just kidding, Bryson.
which
the
it's like
continent of England.
5 a.m. where he lives. So I don't
Yeah,
know why he's
damn.
up.
Did
Why
he
you
just
up?
wake up, or is
beast.
he still up?
Probably just waking up.
He like woke up. He's like, I see these assholes are up to. Oh, fuck those guys. Look at
It's
those
weird.
assholes.
He comes in the podcast like, every week for like a minute. I hang out with him. We games together and stuff sometimes.
Sick.
But like like, it's always like really late.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Weird
timing.
Speaking of late,
Yeah.
it's like 9:30, and I have to go home.
To speak of
Don't worry.
wolves.
We only like 3-4 more hours. Don't even worry about it.
Oh,
I
okay,
can
well,
go
we
all
gotta
night,
ask
man.
the real question. So, if you had to answer,
And you do.
God, you both are like hyenas. I feel like I'm like a baby elephant. Yeah, some
let's get him,
hyenas.
Jerry. Let's
Yeah.
get him.
Brutal ass.
I actually have no idea where you're going with this. We only have the one
Mufasa.
question. I don't know.
Okay.
Mufasa.
Oh God. You're.
Say it again.
You need a girlfriend.
How would that change this?
I don't know.
We'll just be hyenas together. She'll be Whoopi Goldberg, and I'll be one of the other ones. Just the guy. Lion King. You've seen the Lion King, haven't you?
Slightly retarded one.
Right, the retarded one.
Not even slightly.
He was full on. He was full retard.
The overly mentally challenged individual
Individual
who we
hyena.
should all love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love him. He's the best one.
What's this last
He's
question?
also a fucking retard. I don't know.
There was no last question. It was a. It was a.
That was just a build. Yeah,
was
there's
a
no last
ruse.
guy. It was just a thing.
You guys are right. It was a ruse. Is that what you said? It was a
We
ruse?
just, wanted,
It was a ruse.
we just wanted to build that anxiety up back in your soul.
What's up with you and like both and like
Both?
ruse?
Both. Both of us have a
Both.
ruse
You know
what?
to
I'm outta here.
employ you.
You know what? I'm out of here.
You had no
guys
idea what we were going to do to you when you
No.
came on this show.
The music just stopped.
Yeah.
We can't
I
stop
know.
now.
It's
5 minutes was like 2 hours.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours.
Fuck that guy.
Hey, this was like really fun though. I'd love to do it again.
Oh, we'll have you again.
Like I would love. We should get Sam on here, dude.
Absolutely, she is Sam.
We
I think
should get
Sam
Sam.
left a long time ago. We can't hear you now.
Sam-wise?
Dude, Sam's a fucking quitter. He's a quitter,
Motherfucker.
and I hope he gets kicked out of Memphis Mayfire. And I hope he can't go on that tour. So yeah, I hope his girlfriend breaks up with him and all that stuff. You know.
So, okay, we need to cover where can people find you
Yeah.
and your band on
Liz,
the internet?
Oh, hold on, Liz. If you're still listening, Liz, this is kind of your cue. I sent her all the links of whoever we're hanging out with, so she can bam post them in the chat. I sent the Instagram, the Twitter, the Facebook, the
Yeah.
website. I think that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
you
the
post those all?
websites, tospeakofwolves.com, and Twitter, To Speak of Wolves, Facebook, To Speak of Wolves, Instagram.
Is To Speak of Wolves on tour now, or about to go on tour, or what's the situation?
They're
No.
starting to write the new album.
Yeah, Andrew and I have already written 3 songs for. Oops, sorry, that was my beer can. Andrew and I have written a couple
Thanks,
songs
Liz.
already and got them all demoed out, and then I'm actually going next week to redo some vocals on them that I'm not
Nice.
happy with.
Super cool.
And yeah, it's like the first time we've ever done. Actually, not the first time, but having like some demos like done with all the lyrics, all the vocal patterns and stuff like that. So yeah, got some new stuff in the works. And then yeah, right now, man, we're just all kind of home. I'm waiting for my baby to be born.
Right, October, you said?
October.
It's really soon.
Chloe. I'm bringing her
Chloe.
home in a Slayer onesie. And I'm wearing a Slayer t-shirt.
Also, if you guys have Google Play or YouTube Red, you can look up the Music Go Out playlist, and tomorrow all the music will be out of the playlist.
Yeah.
It's everyone who's on the show, and
Yep.
we'll also do that on Spotify soon.
Yeah. And we're on Spotify, iTunes. I think
All the
wherever
places you can find the music.
all the places you can buy music, you can go there and pick it up. So
Cool. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go out with a song called. We're gonna go out with Touch,
with
which
Touch
we talked about earlier.
Shit.
Oh, wow, you even had already cued and everything.
Have fun, boys. Hey,
So, well,
thank you
hold
guys
on.
so
whoa,
much.
whoa.
Tell-
Oh, no, wait, never mind. We already talked a lot about the song. So they already know.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
they already
I was gonna be like, oh, tell us about the song. I'm like, oh, we literally just discussed
Yeah,
that
we
for like,
discussed
wow.
it.
Yeah, we did.
This is why it's
Alright,
a good place to just
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thanks
drop
for
it off.
coming, Gage.
Hey
It was
man,
dope.
Ryan, oh, dude, I freaking love you. And Ryan and I have known each other now for
Like,
a few
fucking nothing?
years.
I don't know.
Dude, probably like 5 years.
I've known
5
like 3
years.
hours. What the hell?
And yeah, I've known Jury for a few hours, but you're rad too, bud. But
Thanks-
yeah, dude,
Thanks,
hey,
I appreciate it.
thank you so much for hitting me up, man. Like, thank you for having me on here. I love doing podcasts. It's a good time. And
Absolutely. Maybe in the future we can get the whole band. Are you all live in Nashville?
no, me and Seth live here, so we get Seth, who's a talker. Homeboy
Yeah.
will keep you up at night on your drive shift. It is
Okay.
awesome.
Does he play guitar or something?
He plays bass.
Dude, we need to get a guitarist too.
Oh, dude, well, Andrew's coming in town September 19th with He Is Legend.
That would be dope because if we can get
If we
a
can
group
do
of you that can
get it set up
play
so y'all
we-
play
live.
live on the stream.
Oh, we couldn't do that because Phil lives in Florida, so we couldn't do a playing live thing. But we could get Andrew in on this. Dude,
Yeah,
we get
yeah.
Andrew and maybe some dudes from He Is Legend.
That'd
Yeah,
be dope.
hell yeah.
And get a
Yeah.
whole assortium of life metal people and just
God.
get you
Yeah. Yeah,
Everlasting life metal.
everlasting life. Oh God, there's no God. There's only science.
And Scientology. Don't forget Scientology.
Well, that's the same as Christianity. It's kind of a cult.
Kind of weird though.
If we
I
could
shouldn't
get
say that.
Weirder.
I should. My girlfriend told me to be nice on this podcast.
Hey, you do you.
Hey, she knows me well, man. She's a good woman.
so we'll get all you metal bands together and just have a He Is Legend, To Speak of Wolves consortium.
Jam session.
Dude,
You gotta let me know
we
in advance
should,
how many of you all there are, but I mean we've only ever had one guest at a time thus far.
Yeah.
We haven't had multiple people from a group yet.
We'll figure it out.
But
Yeah,
it would
we
be
got
super cool. I mean,
Well, if
as many
anything,
people as you
may-
want to bring, we need a little preparation for gear.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty dope to have multiple people and just have a little.
Maybe it's the thing where we're just
Powwow.
like, you guys can use another dude. Maybe get like Skylar or one of the dudes from He Is Legend. Or maybe even Andrew and I, whatever. Right?
Anyone
We'll
named Skylar, I'm down.
Dude, he's the front man. He's fucking sick. Or the Void, dude. You might want to get the Void
But
on
no
here.
fucking Tanners.
No Tanner.
No
No.
Chads.
You guys need to get the Void up on here, dude.
Who's the Void?
He's a guitar player.
A guitar player named the Void?
Adam Tamboos.
That's pretty dope.
Is he like what you listen to when you go right past the edge?
I don't know if we
Go
should.
past the edge, you
Honestly,
fall
at
in the
this
void.
point, I don't even know if we should listen to Touch. You might want to send him off on a He Is Legend song because He Is Legend is one of my favorite bands.
Well, we got.
I mean, that'd be great, but we gotta listen to the Speak of Wolves. That's what we're all
I guess.
about.
Okay, after this song, go listen to The Vampire, Vampyre by He Is Legend.
All right, guys.
It's my favorite song.
Thanks as always for coming to hang out. Hit that follow button. Check out
There's
our
that
links
radio
of all the
voice.
things. Hey, make sure to check out the Music Girl Hideout Facebook group because we post shit there sometimes, and also
And
I check it
Instagram.
on a semi-regular basis. And Instagram. And don't check the Twitter because I haven't really fully set it up still.
No
You know,
one
it's
cares
been a
about
while.
Twitter.
Some people care
Instagram.
about. You know who cares about Twitter is Trump. He loves that Twitter.
That motherfucker loves himself. He loves Diet Coke
Anyway,
too,
guys,
man.
check
He drinks
out-
like 15.
15? That's too many.
I don't know.
It's a lot.
Ask him.
Check out To Speak of Wolves. You'll find them on all the things. Anyways, guys, this is William Gage Speas
Thanks, dudes.
for To Speak of Wolves.
See you later.
And we'll see y'all next time.
Recognize yourself.